Yo! It's the Fears Man! Man, I love Fears! I mean, I like Fears. Not everybody likes Fears, but mostly everyone likes Fears. You hear that? You hear that? Man, that is creepy. I mean, creepy. Oh my God. What's up, guys? Fears, audience, Fears. Back at it again with another podcast. Excuse me, coffee first. In my Batman mug. Now that's a good cup of coffee. Now, I haven't had coffee in quite a while. I think it's been like 2 or 3 days since I've had coffee, like, on the show. Anyway, what's up? Back at it again, like I said, with another podcast. Visions made this for me a while ago, and I haven't wore the shirt in a while, so I thought I would. Anyway, lots to talk about. I mean, I've got so much to talk about. You know, I've got movie props behind me. I got movie props this way. I got Bowser. I got the amulet from the Monster Squad. We got a ray gun. There we go. The batteries are almost out. I'm going to have to switch these. That's why I had to give it a little, there it is. We got Thing, and we got Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's awesome. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, lots to talk about. Some good, some bad, some kind of hilarious. I don't know what the hell was going on in Aiden's show. What the hell was that all about? So, anyway, we're going to get into all that crap. Thank God I had Tokes to come to my defense, because that Joe guy, he's a fucking idiot. I don't even know that guy. He just wanted to start shit, out of fucking nowhere. That guy needs to get a life. That guy needs to jerk himself off with his own hand. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that guy. That guy's mentally ill. That Joe guy. I don't even know his last name. It's just that Joe motherfucker, But we'll get into it. We'll get into all that crap. It was nuts. It was pretty nuts. Speaking of which, today's topics are, we got 3 movies that we're going to be reviewing. We got a top 10 list. Then we got another top 10 list. Then we're going to talk about some fall food. And in honor of the fall coming up, you can't go, through the fall season without a scarecrow. And I put the most famous scarecrow, the scarecrow up from The Wizard of Oz. So how about that? All right, let me call Lantern. Let me give him a little call. So, now Lantern was awake for my vlog, which I hope you guys enjoyed, but I don't want him falling asleep on me, so I'm going to call him. Okay. All right, here we go. Lantern. A beautiful lantern. Yo! Lantern, wake your ass up.
What?
Hey, Lantern.
Get out.
All right, now. What's going on, y'all? How you doing, y'all?
Yeah.
What's up, Twin? How you been, Twin?
Twin.
Hey, Twin. Hey, Lantern, guess what? I got some good news. I got 2 things of good news, buddy.
Uh-huh.
First, I'm live.
Yeah.
So, are you in the chat?
I've been chatting for a while now.
Okay, be sure to spread the link, all right, buddy?
All right. Uh-huh.
And then the second thing is I got some big news, Lantern. You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas!
Larry!
Stop smoking those damn cigarettes, Larry! Mama Tate!
Yes.
How you doing, Mama Tate?
Good beers.
That's good. How's Larry doing?
He's being bad boy.
I know he is. He was being bad in Aiden's show.
Yes, he was.
Coming in there, calling me a coward, starting shit when I didn't even start nothing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give your baby boy a little bottle and give him a good
Yeah.
smack on his ass.
I sure will.
Well, I appreciate that, Mama Tate. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Lantern, Mama Tate, I will see you back in the chat, all right?
All right.
All right, chunk!
Junk.
Oh, man. All right, let's open up the chat. Yeah, Larry and that Joe was being quite mean to Fierce, and I didn't do anything. I didn't do a damn thing. But I did not let that Joe guy get the best of me. I hung in there like a champ, and he did not get me mad, which is good. And I just threw it back in his face. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right, so let's open up the chat and say hello to everybody. All right, here we go. I didn't do a damn thing, but, all right, there we are. Yo! What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Yo, what's up, Fangirl Kate? What's up? All right. Let's see here. Tina says, hi, John. What's up, Lantern? How we doing, Lantern? Good to see you. Coffee first. Oh, I did, Lantern. What's up, Tina? Yeah, it stinks. I understand that Dave is asleep and he's tired, but, man, I miss Dave. I did talk to him before he went to sleep, though. Kate said, loved seeing you stand up for yourself on Aiden's panel. You held your own. Well, I did, so I just want to catch up with the chat, and then we'll get right into that, Good job, you won. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Made me laugh when you said he had been raped by a pack of blacks. I was just going nuts, I was going nuts. What's up, Visions? Visions, you missed my what's up, Sneaky Fox? Visions, you missed my vlog, or maybe you were watching in silence. Did you watch the vlog? That was a 45-minute vlog, and the reason is I'm running out of footage. I'm running out of footage for the Sega trip, so I'd say we got maybe 1 or 2 more vlogs left. Either 1 or 2. I mean, I guess I could just do 1 and just pack it all in there, but yeah. I sided with you and Tokes. I appreciate that. Well, that's good, because... excuse me. I drank it too quick. I want to get in that I want to get into this real quick. First of all, I don't know who Joe is. No clue. I know Aiden a little bit. I've only been on his panel maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times. Dang, I would have watched it if I had seen it. Nah, I was working. Howdy, Tina. Well, Vision, be sure to watch it back because it was a hell of a vlog. Turn on those notification bells, buddy. I know sometimes you miss them because you're working, but you usually are at almost every premiere, my friend. So I get it. I understand. If you're working or if you're taking out the lady, to eat or something, I get it. I understand. But watch it back. It's a good 45-minute vlog. It's pretty much all of me and Sega at the Magic Kingdom, and then we went to lunch at the Polynesian. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's get into this whole Aiden thing. So, first of all, I only know Aiden maybe... I've maybe been in Aiden's panel maybe... I think tonight was maybe my... maybe 3rd time, maybe 4th time. I honestly don't know. That's a guess. So, I'm not lying, Larry. I'm just taking a guess. It's around 3 or 4 times. So, I go in there. Lantern throws me the link. And you guys know I'm not lying because you guys saw what happened. I go in there. I was very nice. I was very cordial. I said, hey, Abe, what's going on? And he said, hey, Fears, you ignored me last time you were streaming. I said, oh, I didn't mean to. I said, I didn't know that was you. I said, hey, next time, tell me it's you, Aiden, and I'll say hi. And so I'm like, okay. And then he goes, hey, Fears, have you met Kyle? You and Kyle have got a lot in common. He loves movie props like me. And I said, oh, dude, that's cool, man. I said, hey. I said, what type of props do you have? And then I said, hey, do you have this prop? Do you have this prop? Do you have this prop? And me and Kyle were talking. And then all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, that motherfucker Joe comes in, right? Just starting all sorts of shit. I don't even know who the motherfucker is. He called me a coward, called me a pussy. He's like, Fears, you like to jerk yourself off and all this bullshit. Call me a gay coward. I'm just like, dude, whatever. But I stood my ground, though. I did not get mad. I just threw it back in that little retard's face. Then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Tokes comes in to my defense, and I'm like, hey, Tokes, I appreciate that. He says, yo, what's up, Fears? Then he says, hey, Fears, do you mind if I have a conversation with this Joe guy? I'm like, go for it. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that guy is. They start at it, right? So it's Tokes versus Joe, and they're going nuts. They're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm kind of like, I'm trying to come to Tokes' defense, you know. Hey, what's up, Liz? She says, spicy night. Oh, it was. And I know why you're laughing, Visions, because it was funny. I didn't get mad. I thought it was fucking hilarious, you know. So they're going back at it, back at it, back at it. And I don't like Joe because you guys know how I am. If you treat me right, I'll treat you right. If you treat me wrong, you're going down, you know? Or if you start shit, I'm like, fuck you, you're going down. And that's exactly what that motherfucker did. I don't even know who the fuck Joe is. He sounds like a fucking idiot to me, you know? And he's like, Fears, don't go there. Don't go. I'm like, oh, I went there. I went there. What? I can't believe you went there, Fears. I'm like, oh, well, hey, believe it. I fucking went there. So then I shut up for a little while and let those two guys fight. Tokes was like on it, man. He was on it, and he was making fun of our friend Tokes. You guys should have seen it. Well, most of you guys saw it. Calling Tokes a coward, calling me a coward. Then Joe was like, he said something about pedophiles. I couldn't make it out because they were screaming at each other. And they were like, and then he said, you Tokes, you talk a whole bunch of shit about me. And then Tokes was like, well, I'm sick and tired of you using Aiden as a shield. And I'm just like, I better stay out of this. But every once in a while, you know, I got in there, you know. Like, I hit some jabs at Joe because he started it, you know. And then I was like, hey, Joe, I'm like, I really enjoyed fucking your mother, you know. And then Tokes like, well, Fears, I had her first. And I was like, what shit? I'm like, then I got those sloppy seconds. So whoever this Joe is, you're a fucking idiot. He was in there just starting shit. Do you think I'm afraid of Joe? Hell no. So then, guess who comes? I hate to throw Larry under the bus. Larry was just itching to get in there. And I read in the chat, he was like, oh, Fears loves drama. Fears is a coward. Larry got in there. Larry called me a coward when he got in there. And I was like, well, I know why Larry's doing that because I haven't unblocked him yet. And what Larry doesn't realize is I'm not going to unblock someone that keeps harassing me, you know? So, Larry, if you would just stop harassing me for a couple months, you'd probably be unblocked. But he doesn't get it through his thick fucking skull, you know, like somebody that we all know. He just doesn't get it, you know. So I'm just like, Larry, I'm not unblocking you for a while, buddy. So then he leaves. Oh, and is this Larry crying again? Oh, it is. It is. Larry with his baby bottle. Larry will never get it. So he came in there and Larry's already, you know, I already saw the voicemail. He's like, Aiden said that you were talking about my dick. And I was like, I was not talking about your dick. Then Joe, you know, and then Tokes says one little joke. It's true. You know, as a joke, I've been like, yeah, man, my dick's, you know, 9.5. So I got the joke. I took it as a joke. But as soon as Joe heard about that, Joe went into overdrive saying, oh, well, why are you obsessed with Fears' dick? Why are you obsessed with Larry's dick? And I was like, oh, here. I'm like, I know exactly what this fucking Joe guy's doing. I'm like, Tokes made a joke, and then a troll will always jump on to, you know, to something. So I'm like, I know what this Joe motherfucker's doing. You know, he doesn't scare me. I knew exactly what he was doing. So me and Tokes kind of teamed up and trolled the shit out of Joe, which was kind of cool because normally, and what I mean by cool is normally I'm on the other side of the table. Normally it's like 4 or 5 guys trolling me. So I think this is one of the first times that I was on the other side of the table trolling somebody else. Because this Joe guy just started a whole bunch of crap out of nowhere. And then he eventually left. And then he was like flunking. Joe's like, well, you know, I guess Tokes and Fears left. I won. Nah, 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 nah. Like a little fucking 4-year-old. So you know what I did? I went in there. I was like, hey, Tokes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I won. I'm the last one. Just as a joke. I thought it was great. And he was like, Fears, you're mad. You're mad. I was like, 0 mad. So you guys can believe that guy. I was not mad. I was laughing. I was having a good time. He was determined to break me. That's why Larry went in there too. He's calling me a coward. I was like, nope. No one's going to break Fears. I was laughing. And so I called Tokes right after Aiden ended his live. And I said, hey, man, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, Fears. He's like, thanks for coming for my defense. I'm like, yeah, man, not a problem. And you could ask Tokes. I'm not lying about this. You could ask him. I called him just to make sure he was all right. I said, man, what was all that about? I said, that fucking guy is crazy. And then he's like, I don't know. And I said, well, what's the beef between you guys? He goes, oh, he thinks I said some stuff in a live, and then I've said some stuff about him. And it's, he goes, Fears, you know how it is. It's back and forth. And I was like, I can understand why Larry's mad at me. But I said, I don't understand why that Joe guy is mad at me. I said, I don't even know who the motherfucker is. Calling me a coward, and he says some weird stuff. He's like, Fears, you're afraid of my body. You're afraid of my body, Fears. I'm like, well, yeah, because you're a fucking dude. I don't want to be looking at your body. I want to look at a nice lady's body. So that guy was all over the fucking place. I'm like, this guy's crazy. This guy is a crazy motherfucker. So steer clear of Joe. Because that guy's nuts. But eventually me and Tokes took him down. So I'd say that was a win for our community. So, hey, Joe, you can just go ahead and fucking study this, Joe. And you can study this. Fuck you, Joe. Fuck you. So there it is. And I stood up for my friend. I would stand up for any of you guys. If somebody was making fun of Kate, I would stand up for Kate. Visions, if somebody was, making fun of you, I'd stand up and be like, hey, fuck you. Leave Visions alone. I'd do it for any of you guys. So I appreciate Tokes coming to my defense. So I don't know what the fuck was going on. Joe has got some serious problems. If that's his real name. It's probably not even his real name, I don't know. That guy's fucking weird. By the way, Visions, I'm a man of my word. I haven't wore the MILF shirt. Man, I love Fears in quite a while. So I did. Most people love Fears. Larry, he doesn't really like me right now, but most people like Fears. I'm a very nice guy. I try to get along with everybody. Some people, not mentioning any names, some people make it impossible. Shh, you guys know who you are. But yeah, I would stick up for any of you guys. Joe just wanted to start some shit. Now that guy's a certifiable troll. He was all over, making fun of my dick, making fun of Tokes' dick, making fun of Larry's dick. He was all over the fucking place. It was crazy, man, crazy. Crazy. And then he denied it. He lied. He goes, oh no, Fears, I didn't start this. You started it. Larry even said that I started it. And I was like, that is absolutely 100% not true. And I laid it out for him. And of course, that Joe guy, whenever you call a troll on something, they just backfire. Oh, no. It's not my fault. It's your fault, Fears. It was 100% Joe's fault and Larry's fault because Larry chimed in with Joe. Oh, yeah, Fears the coward. I came in there, and the only reason why I came in there was to say hello because Landon gave me the link. I thought, I'll drop in while my video is uploading because at that time, when I came in, it had about 30 minutes to go, until the vlog was up because the longer the vlog is, the longer it takes to upload. So this was like 45 minutes. So Visions, you got to go back and watch that one. It's a good vlog. So I'm like, oh man, this video is going to take forever to upload, right? So I said, okay. I said, I'm not doing anything. I was literally like sitting on the couch and I was just on my phone. And then Lantern sent me the link and I called him. I said, Lantern, I said, hey, tell everybody I got a big vlog coming right after the vlog. I'm going to go live. And he goes, oh, yeah, I sure will, Fears. And I went, okay, good. Thanks, buddy. And I could hear Lantern's TV in the background. I said, hey, what's going on, man? I'm watching a blog. I'm watching a stream. And then he said, oh, Dave's in there. I said, Dave's in where? I said, are you doing a stream? He goes, no. Aiden's doing a stream. And I went, oh, Dave's in there? I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, man, throw me the link. Because I thought, why not? I'll just come in and say hello. I go in there. And you guys saw me. I was very cordial. I was like, hey, Aiden. Yo, Lantern. Yo, Dave, what's up? And I said, what have you guys been talking about? They told me what they were talking about. And then, I don't remember who, but someone said, hey, Fears, you'll like Kyle. This is Kyle. He loves movie props, too. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, Aiden said, hey, Fears, I was in your stream in the chat and you were ignoring me. And I said, I'm sorry, man. I said, I didn't see you. I said, I try to get to everyone's conversation and everyone's chat. I said, sometimes I do miss people. I said, hey, I'm sorry. I said, hey, come in the next one. Let me know that it's you, Aiden. I said, and I'll say hello. And he was like, oh, yeah, cool, Fears. Don't worry about it. Then I started talking to Kyle. And I said, hey, Kyle, I said, what type of props do you got? And he was telling me. And I said, hey, do you have this prop? I've got that prop. Right after that, if Joe wouldn't have came in, I would have kept talking to Kyle about, props. Joe comes in immediately. Hey, Fears. Hey, you still afraid of my body? Hey, Fears, you're a fucking coward. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why am I afraid of your body? And I was like, I'm not afraid of anyone. He's like, oh, yeah, you're afraid, Fears. You're afraid. I'm like, no, not really. And he's like, you're getting mad, Fears. I was like, no. I'm laughing at you. Believe me when I say this, guys, I was laughing the whole time. I was not mad whatsoever because I knew what this motherfucker was doing. I was like, oh, okay, I know what he's doing. I'm like, I know what he's doing. He's trying to get me mad. I wasn't mad. This guy was saying some wild shit. I was just laughing. So, is Fears slowly turning into a troll? I don't know. It felt good to troll Joe with Tokes. That was kind of fun. Now I see the appeal. I see it. Anyway. No, you guys know me. I'm not a troll. I mean, I stick up for myself, but I'm not a troll. Like, I almost did a Larry roast stream, and I was like, nah, I better not do that. I need to, actually, I'm going to delete that post right now. I haven't deleted it yet. Kate said everyone gave it a thumbs up, and I almost did, but I was like, nah, if I do a roast stream, then I'll sink to Larry's level. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I said, I've never done a roast stream ever in my life. I said, I don't want to start now. So I was like, nah. Oh, man, it's been forever. How do you go to your posts? Hang on, give me a second. Oh, there it is. I haven't even looked at it since I posted it. Let's see here. How many likes did it get? Oh, it got 14. 94% said yes. 6% said no. Wow. Wow. And it got 14 likes. So I almost did one. I was like, so I'm deleting it right now. I was like, nah. I'm like, I better not. I'm like, I don't want to stoop to Larry's level, because then I'm just as bad, Anyway, let me catch up with the chat. So hello, everybody. So that was the whole Joe thing. I just wanted to. So Joe, you need psychological help, and seek therapy. Seek therapy. Or start smoking cigarettes like Larry. I don't know, but Joe, you need to figure something out, because Joe is one crazy motherfucker. I mean, he full-fledged started it, And normally, you guys know how Fears is. If you treat me, my golden rule is, if you treat me with respect, you will get respect back. If you're like, hey, Fears, I fucking hate you. Well, guess what? I fucking hate you. Eat it, Like, I'm not just going to let someone do that, And he's a shit starter, I could tell. Like, Joe was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to start some shit with Fears for no apparent reason. I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw it right back in your face because I'm not a bitch, I was like, I'm not a bitch, So I was like, you come at me, I'll just come at you 10 times harder, Anyway, it was pretty funny. It was funny. Anyway, let me get back to the chat here. I don't want to get too far behind. Let's see. The last thing I read was Vision saying, "Dang, I would have watched it if I hadn't seen it. I was working." Well, that's all right. You were working. So Vision, when you get a chance before you go to bed, it's on. It's like a 45 minutes. So take you and Mrs. Visions, get some popcorn. And just have a ball and watch it. It's a good me and Sega vlog. I probably have enough footage for either one more big Sega vlog, which I'll probably do. The rest of Sega is helping Sega pack. Then we went to, Sega wanted to try one more time to try to beat me in miniature golf. And he's like, hey, Fears, we went to one Disney miniature golf place. Can we go to the other? And I was like, sure. I said, I've done both of them. I said, they're both great, Sega. And he's like, can we go to the other one? I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. We went there, and then we got some lunch after the other miniature golf. Then we went and saw Megan. So that's what's coming up in the next vlog. And then it cuts to the very next day, us doing one more thing during the day, and then at night, I helped him pack because we had to be up early. I mean, Sega's flight took off like at I think it was like 6:40 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So I had to get him there. You always have to be at the airport like 2 hours in advance. So I was tired. And then you'll see in the next vlog, I take him to the airport. I give him a hug. I'm like, all right, stay safe, Sega. Get home safe. I'm like, hey, message me on Facebook, buddy, whenever you get home just to make sure you got home safe. And then right as I'm opening the trunk, I say, hey, guys, guess what? And you'll see it. You'll see it when you see the next vlog. I'm like, my fucking air conditioning broke a second time. Rad! Fucking rad! Now I gotta fork out more money to get it fixed again because the idiots didn't fix it the first time at my fucking dealership. Yeah. And so you hear Sega giggling in the background because it was funny. It lasted a day. And then on the way to the airport, I'm taking Sega. He goes, Fierce, it's getting hot in here. I said, Sega, just give it a few minutes. I said, I'll crank it up. I said, you'll feel the cold air. 10 minutes goes by. He goes, Fierce, I'm sweating. And then I went like that and felt hot air coming out. And I went, oh, you got to be shitting me. I'm like, son of a bitch. And Sega's like, what? I said, Sega, I think my air conditioning crapped out a second time. And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I bet you that would happen. I said, oh, yeah, Sega. I said, I have good air conditioning. I said, you have to in Florida. I said, by now, the inside of my car will be super cold. And it's not. So we had to roll down the windows. And then after I took Sega to the airport and he took off, I went home, got some sleep, because I was so tired. I woke up around, 10 or 11, and you'll see it in the vlog. I take it to the dealership, and then off camera, I'm like, I'm going to keep this rental. Do not call me until my car is fixed. They're like, do you want an update? I'm like, nope. Fix it, and then I'll pay for it. I'm like, just fix it. I said, I'm sick of this back and forth. I said it nicely. I wasn't a dick about it. But I was like, just fix it. And they're like, got it, Fears. I was like, cool. I'm like, I'm going to go home, get some rest, and then go to work. And then I had to drop some clothes off at Goodwill, so that'll be in the vlog. Man. So all that should be enough for either 2 more Sega vlogs or 1 more. I'll probably just make like 1 more big Sega vlog. And then the next vlog after all the Sega stuff is done is me and Dave and James hanging out for the first time. And then we go to Friar Tuck's, and then I think we did golfing or something. And then the next vlog after that is the lake jump, because Larry thinks I didn't jump. And I'm like, I 100% jumped. I just haven't uploaded it yet, but it's coming. I'll probably combine some of these and make it a big vlog. Then I got to upload the Tampa Toy Con that I took Sega to. So that'll be on the main channel, because I want to save something epic, because I haven't uploaded anything on the main channel. Let's find out. It's either a month or a month and a half, because I've been waiting. I'm like, what could I upload? I'm like, I need something epic to like revive my my main channel. So I think it's either 3 weeks or a month. So yeah. Plus, bad news. My mom told me whenever I come, I guess my brother's been sick with my he's been throwing up a lot, ammonia or something. So my mom's like, you can probably say hello to your brother like on the phone, but you may not want to get near him. And I was like, what is he real? And my mom's like, oh man, he's been throwing up for weeks. And I was like, really? I'm like, damn. I'm like, I hope he's all right. And I said, Mom, I get to hang out with Shelton. She goes, oh yeah, because when they go to work, she goes, well, since your brother's sick, he's been staying home for the last couple of weeks. But when his wife goes to work, she drops off Sheldon. I said, okay. I said, I'll call, my brother, while I'm in town. I said, I hope he gets better by the time I come. I said, I hope he's still not sick, like on the trip. And she goes, well, if he is, you can just FaceTime him or Skype him. I said, yeah. I said, I want to say hi to him, because me and my brother, we text and we call sometimes, but I'm like, I want to hang out. And she's like, well, if he's sick. I said, oh, I get it. I said, if he's throwing up and sick, and I don't know what it is. My mom's like said he's just had a fever and he's been throwing up. It could be flu. It could be the flu season. But I'll get to hang out with Sheldon because every time his wife goes to work, my mom loves to babysit. So I was like, well, Mom, I'm like, don't tell my brother and his wife. I said, I got Shelton I got him some Halloween socks, and I got him a Halloween, not onesie, what is it? What the fuck is it? Sweatshirt and sweatpants. And then I got him some T-shirts, and I got him a little baseball cap. I recently bought the little baseball cap, so yeah. I was like, no nephew of mine is not going to have a hat, because I always wear a hat, you know? So I was like, I got to get him a hat. So hell yeah. And my mom was like, oh yeah, she goes, we'll get plenty of hangout time. And then I'm going to take my mom to lunch and dinner, and then we're going to go visit my dad and my grandma and everybody. Because I always buy them fresh flowers, so always. So yeah. So yeah. Elizabeth says it's a spicy night. It was, but you know what, Liz? Not on our part, not on our community. That fucking Joe idiot, talk about being a coward, you know. Trolls, that's all they do. I'm like, you know, how about more action instead of this? Like, Fears is all about action. I'm like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not afraid of you. Fuck you. And fuck you. I'm not afraid of any of those idiots. So Joe can talk all he wants, and I'm like, what? All I hear is bullshit, buddy. Yeah, fuck you, you know. So I'm not afraid of that douchebag, you know. Anyway, let's see here. Tina says, hello to everybody. Lantern says hello to everybody. And then Elizabeth says, howdy, Lamp. Howdy, y'all. Let's see. That's right, Kate. She says, you went there and he had it coming. Yeah, but I didn't want to go there, you know. I was being very cordial with everyone, so Larry just said that I started because he's still upset. And I'm telling you, Larry, I know you're watching. If you would just stop all the harassment, Larry calls me at least once a day. If you would just leave me alone for a little while, Larry, you probably would already be unblocked by now. But he won't. So, he's not getting unblocked for quite some time. Bukaki said, it was crazy how much you went there. I mean, I wasn't going to be a bitch, though, Bukaki. That's what Joe wanted, you know. He wanted me to bitch, you know, bitch off or like, back off or whatever. And I'm like, you started this motherfucker, so get ready. The fucking Fears storm is coming your way. You know, because I'm not afraid of him. So, yeah. Anyway. That's right, Bukaki. LOL. I thought I got in some good jabs. I knew I came to the right place for the recap. Well, that's what it was, Liz. I try to do it as quickly as possible, because I'm not going to have a whole stream talking about that fucking idiot. That's right, Visions, he says. He told you not to go there, and you went there. Oh, I did. Because I wasn't going to let him punk me out and punk my friend Tokes out. Tokes never done anything wrong. Anytime he's ever been in Lantern's stream, he's the coolest fucking guy like you, Visions. He's just there to chill, not talk about bullshit. And anytime Tokes has been on my panel, because I've had Tokes on my panel with me, Visions, Bukaki, and LC and all the guys, just cracking jokes, just having a good time. And that motherfucker, Joe, calling us queers and faggots and all this other crap. I'm like, get a life, dude. Just fuck you, you know? And then he started on Tokes. There's Larry bitching again. Yeah. Just bitch. Larry, if you think harassing me is going to get you unblocked anytime, you're going about it the wrong way, buddy. Yeah, he sounded jealous of your, 9 point, you know. Actually, Fears does not have a 9.5, but let me just put it this way. To all the ladies out there, no lady has, I've never disappointed a lady, and no lady has complained. So, that'll tell you something right there. Oh, yeah. Yep. So, I mean, it kind of was. I mean, I let, you're half right, Kate. I didn't want it to be Tokes and Fears versus that Joe guy, but it became that. And then all of a sudden, Tokes is like, hey, Fears, I don't need any help. Let me talk to this guy. And I was like, all right, go for it. I mean, every once in a while, I got a couple of jabs in because Joe didn't piss me off. I'm like, you're acting like a little baby schoolgirl with a little baby bottle in your mouth. You know, just starting shit when there doesn't need to be starting shit. And I'm like, all right, well, if you started it, like I said, you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. You treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. You start it, and you're going down. Because I'll come at you harder, 10 times harder. Like, Joe may have started it, but me and Tokes, we fucking finished it, and then some. So there you are. Because he's not going to do shit, Joe. He's just all this, I am zero afraid of him. No way. Oh, we did. Well, thank you, Kate. I appreciate you saying that. She goes, you guys won. It wasn't even close. Yeah, he just started shit. I'm turning my phone off because Larry's going fucking nuts. I'm serious. Larry thinks harassing me is going to get, like, what logical sense it makes that? Someone keeps harassing me. Unblock me, Fierce. No. If you don't harass me, then I'll unblock you. And really all I want is an apology from Larry. You know, if he would just apologize and say, hey, you know what, Fierce, maybe I shouldn't have started all this bullshit about all the zoo and all the bullshit, then I wouldn't block him. But he's too stubborn. He won't apologize. I've apologized to people before. I'm stubborn, but I'm not as stubborn as Larry. No way. But there it is. That's right, Jen. He's barking up the wrong tree. Oh, he definitely was. But yeah, I talked to Tokes. He said, oh yeah, you're all right, Fears. He goes, I appreciate you calling. And then I told him, I said, hey, I got a big vlog coming, and then after the vlog, I'm going to stream. And he was like, I think Toke asked, hey, what's the vlog about? I said, oh, just more footage of me and Sega. I said, I can't start working on all the old vlogs until I get the newer stuff. That's going to be my policy. If I film something in a week, it'll be up, because then I don't get far behind. I can work on all the old Christmas and my old birthday shit whenever I want. I want to get the Sega stuff out as quickly as possible. And, I mean, you guys are going to freak out when you see, I mean, I can't remember because it's been that long, Sega looked really surprised when Adam tapped me on the shoulder. And that was off camera. So I think I got a little bit of his reaction, because Jeff was here. I'm sorry. I'm filming like this. Jeff is across from me. Sega's standing right next to me. We're talking. I'm like, yo, hey, this is Sega's first time at a convention. Jeff said something like, hey, Sega, welcome to America. Like, hey, you like the con? And Sega said something to the effect of, yeah, we don't have these in Canada. They're great. And then all of a sudden I feel a tap. And I guess I turned off my camera. And I look over my shoulder, and there's Adam the Woo. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Because I knew in my mind, I was like, I've met him, but Sega's never met him. And he's like, hey, Fierce, what's going on? I was like, hey, Adam, good to see you again, man. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, I see you at least once or twice a year now. He goes, it's becoming like a reunion for us every year. I said, I know, man. I said, it's fucking awesome. And I said, how you been? He goes, oh, man. He goes, I've been doing good. But he goes, you watch my vlogs, Fierce. I said, I do. I said, not all of them. I said, I try to get to as many as I can. I said, because you produce more content than I do. I said, man, you've been busy. He goes, oh, yeah, I've been here, there. I was in L.A., and then I went to Europe. Then I took my mom to Euro Disney. And I'm thinking, that must be really nice, you know? Like, he's in a different country almost every week. He's in a different state almost every day. I was like, it must be nice. And he quit his job as soon as he got like 100K. And all of his money he makes off of YouTube. I was like, I would kill to do that. Just fart around on here and do vlogs and go fucking nuts. I'd be like, I've packed and unboxed my last box at FedEx. Thanks for the experience, but peace, deuce. I love you guys, but I'm out of here, you know? Because I have gotten a lot of experience. Like, I've been there, let's see. I only worked at Disney for a year and a half. I would have been there. I would still be at Disney if the pandemic didn't happen. So, a year and a half at Disney. So, I've been at FedEx, because I didn't get FedEx right away. My friend that worked with me at Disney got a security job, and he said, hey, Fears, have you got something lined up? I said, no, man. I said, I didn't know this was going to fucking happen. I said, I got to start looking. I said, I'm going to have to move back to Missouri real quick. And he said, well, I got this security job. I said, oh, that would be cool. I said, I've already done security. He goes, oh, Fears, then. He goes, I'll put a good word in for you. He goes, if you already have security experience. He goes, do you still have your security license? I said, yeah, but I said I would have to renew it. He goes, oh, yeah, you're good. You're golden. He goes, plus you've already got experience. He goes, you want me to put a good word in? I was like, oh, yeah. I said, if you wouldn't mind. I said, I need a job, you know? So I did that for about all of 2020. I'd say by the middle of 2020. Oh, no, I'm sorry, at the beginning of 2021. That's when my friend from Disney got me and him a job at FedEx. And then, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months later is when I met Sam. So 2021, 2, 3, 4, 25. I've almost been there 5 years. So after after Christmas and the New Year, it'll be 5 years that I've been at FedEx. So lots of experience. So whenever I get a better job, they're gonna be like, "Oh, damn, you got 5 years here," you know. So whenever I find that better job, they're like, "Oh shit, you got a lot of experience," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I've been working since I was 18." Oh wait, yeah, 18. 18. Anyway, Elizabeth says dicks were everywhere. This is true. I don't even know how we got on the whole dick talking thing. I think Tokes tried to make a personal jab at Joe, and said, "Yeah, your dick is small," something, and then my dick got involved, which I didn't want, and then they were making fun of Larry's dick, and I was like, "Oh god, here we go." It was pretty nuts. It was insane, and everybody knows that I'm telling the truth because you guys watched the live. So I was telling 100% the truth. So yeah. Let's see. Vision says I only watch vlogs that are released on Blu-ray now. Don't even go there, Visions. It's in high quality. It's even better. It's even better than Blu-ray. It's in 4K. So then you have to watch it. Don't even go there, Visions. I'll knock that goth smile right off your fucking face. So don't even go there. I'm just joking. Watch it if you want. Watch it if you have time. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, buddy. I'm sure you'll watch it. It was a good one. You missed a good one, buddy. See, the difference between me and Trolls is I can take a joke and Visions can take a joke. So can Pixel. That's what guys do. We're just teasing each other. Obviously, he's going to watch the vlog, you know, because you've only missed a couple of vlogs, Visions, if I'm being honest. Like, you're almost always here and you're almost always in the premieres, you know. Very rarely do I not do a premiere. Every once in a while, like if I worked on it and I'm like, oh shit, there's not enough time to premiere it, I got to go off to work, then I'll just hit publish. But very rarely, you know. And that's all I did today. I got home from work, had a nap, got up, I went for a walk off camera, got home, I talked to my mom for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. She's so excited for me to come. I'm like, oh, I love you, I miss you. I'm like, I'll be there soon. Did you already buy your tickets? I'm like, I'm good. I said, I'm coming for a week and a half. I said, I'm ready to rock and roll. And she's like, all right, good. She's like, just let me know. And I said, yep. Because either she's going to pick me up or my brother's wife is going to pick me up because my brother's sick right now and I don't know when he's going to get better. So I hope it's soon. He's been puking for weeks. And I'm like, damn. So it's probably the flu. And my mom asked me, have you packed Shelton's clothes? I said, I'm going to pack his clothes in my bag. I said, I haven't packed my bag yet, but I said, I will, Mom. I love my mom, but she's a worrywart, but that's what moms do. She's like, well, you got to pack your bag. And I said, I will. I said, 2 or 3 days before the trip, I'll go into my room and I'll pack my bag. She's like, all right. She's like, well, don't wait till the last minute. I said, I won't. I said, before work one day, I said, I'll pack my bag. I said, I'm good. So, yeah. And then I would say I started editing the vlog around 1. And then I took a break after editing for 2 or 3 hours. Went to Chipotle, got some lunch, came back, ate. And then, let's see, what else did I do? I think that's it. And then I edited. And then took another little break. And then I edited some more. While it was uploading, while the video was uploading, I did the Aiden thing. And then after that, then I made it. So that was about it. Then it published, and then bam, here we are. So it was a busy day, but it was a good day. And then work was good. We only had, let's see, what was the number? I don't remember the number, but it was low. I think it was 35, 36. So my boss was like, you want to go home early? I was like, no. I'm like, I want to make as much money as possible before I go on my trip. So I was like, I'm good. So he sent like 2 other people home. I was like, I'm good, buddy. So, yeah. All right. What's up, Walter? What's up? What's up, cool jerk? Have you considered becoming a driver for them? I have. I've applied for it. I'm waiting to hear back for them, Bukaki, because I was like, either I would love to get a better job in the company or and like move up. Like I would love to work in the corporate office. That'd be cool, you know. Or if I don't move up, then just find a job somewhere else, you know. But I know I was not. I know God did not create me to like fold and pack and unbox boxes and, you know, pack boxes in a truck and unpack for the rest of my life. Or I'm praying to God not, you know, I hope that's not what it is. So yeah. And really, I'll be honest, this whole Mama Tate thing and Larry Tate, I actually like Larry. I hate fighting with him, but he started all of it. If he would just apologize to me. So Larry, if you're listening, all you gotta do is just send me a voicemail, or on Thursday when you go on Lanterns Live, you know, just say, hey, I apologize. I'll unblock you. Because I hate all this drama, and I hate fighting with people. But I'm not the one that started it, you know? Anyway. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Please tell Mama Tate to stop sending me booby pics. See, oh shit, there we go. I'm telling you though, boo. Mama Tate, she's a spicy one, you know? Mama Tate, yes. Have you wiped Larry's ass today? Yes, I did. And then I sent out some booby photos. Damn. Wow. Oh shit. Okay, well there it is. Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Lantern says, Larry, stop and quit calling John fierce. I appreciate that, Lantern. That's getting a little old. He calls me at least once a day. At least once a day. Yeah. Thanks, Lantern. I appreciate you. I appreciate Lantern. Lantern's a good guy. Boxes suck. Well, 11 times out of 12, we don't get a lot of heavy ones. I mean, we do get heavy ones, but a lot of them are like lightweight boxes. I mean, we do get some heavy ones, but I'd say maybe every hour we get, I don't know, 50, 60 heavy boxes. I mean, we get a lot of light ones. So, but I've lost a lot of weight there. I just need to get this belly fat off. I've been eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, but I do treat myself every once in a while, but a lot of what I sweat at work is just like, water weight, because it's so sweaty in that damn factory. I'm sweating bullets, and so I'm just like, oh shit, like pounding down the water. I must drink at least 4 or 5 water bottles, you know, a night, you know, if not more. Sometimes they supply the water bottles. Sometimes I bring my water bottle and just fill it up, but sometimes they supply like last year they it's not ice cream. They were on light days. They bring around sometimes. It's not ice cream. It's they were invented in the 80s and 90s. It's not ice cream. It's like flavored ice. Those ice pops or those ice. They're like real long. I think they're just called ice. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those are great. You know. So on light days, we can't eat those while it's a busy day. But if it's a light day, someone will come around with a box and hand 1 or 2 of them, and occasionally a box will come out, and I'm eating the ice pop, and then I grab it and put it in the truck, and then I go back. So on light days, it's really nice that they give us those ice pops. The thing is, it's a $1 billion company. You're telling me you can't fill that motherfucker up with AC? Yes, you could. They just don't want to. They have these massive industrial fans. And one time the power went out and the fans stopped, and they had to have everybody go outside because it was so hot. They're like, well, we don't want anyone like fainting. And we had to wait outside until the power came back on. And as I was coming on, that's how I found out what was on that fan. Because normally those fans are going, and it says bigassfans.com. You think I'm kidding? That's the company. They're massive fan blades. So go to bigassfans.com. It's a thing. And there's 15 to 16 of those massive fans in the factory. And when they're on at full speed, it feels like there's AC in there because the air is circulating. So whenever the fans are working, it's not that bad. But the summertime, even with those fans on, like, I'm so glad that, you know, June, July, August is done, because that's when it's the hottest in that fucking factory. And I'm like, well, it's good that I'm sweating, but damn, is it hot, you know? Anyway, why are you and Larry still fighting? Because Larry, to me, it's over. I want it to be over, but he just will not apologize to me, and he just keeps starting up shit. and he keeps harassing me. He thinks by harassing me and calling me every day, I'm not going to unblock someone if they keep harassing me, you know? Anyway. Yeah, they give us popsicles and those push pop things and the ice pops or whatever occasionally, but it's only on light days. When we're busy as hell, like, you know, like 60,000, I just have to drink as much water as I can in between, you know, working and all that. So, but yeah. Dang, I miss getting free snow cones after a baseball game. Oh, I love snow cones. Yeah. Popsicles, yeah. But they're like long ice pops. Like they come in a little, and they're like frozen and they're like super cold. And I just rip it down, and you just push the pop up out of the plastic, and they're all flavored. My favorite one is the orange and the grape one. Those are amazing. Those are good. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we'll get on with the topics. But I just wanted to cover all the Joe bullshit, because, man, that motherfucker likes to start up shit. I'm just like, dude, you're not even in our community. So zip your fucking lip and get the fuck out of here, you know? Quit starting shit. I cannot stand that immature bullshit. I'm like, you're a fucking man. Act like a fucking man and not like a fucking 3-year-old. Like, oh, he told on me. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you're such a baby bitch. You know? Like, I'm a man. I don't have time for all that crap. Like, you know, fears you're a coward. No, fuck you. I'm not a coward. Say it to my face and find out how much of a coward I am. I'll pop your fucking teeth out. That's what I'll fucking do. You know? All right, I'll be right back. So just go ahead and study Batman, and I'm going to take a PO, and I'll be right back-o. So, yeah. Check it out. I'm getting quite the collection. Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 6. I'm sorry. Scream 1, Scream 6, Scary Movie 1. Now I need, last year, there was a red Scream mask. You push a button, all this blood trickles down. And I was like, maybe next year I'll get that motherfucker, but I'm getting lots of props. Hell yeah. Visions, when I come to visit, I'm bringing this. You know, I'm bringing this, and I'm going to take a picture, you know, on the beach and all those other fucking movie locations. Rosalita, no sign, no sign, no sign. You know? Oh, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Hey, Joe, eat it! Let me turn on this this fan because it's getting a little hot. It's really humid outside. There we go. Oh yeah, Walter, I tried to glue Ash back, and I guess I didn't. Oh, by the way, check out Fears' new Ghostbuster blanket. You guys know how much I love Ghostbusters. I'm a little kid in a candy store when it comes to Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, look at this. Now we're talking. Oh yeah. Little Venkman, little Ray Stantz. Fuck Peter Venkman. Ray Stantz is the best Ghostbuster of all time. Listen, I love all the Ghostbusters, but Ray should be first in command, and then Peter. You know, Peter's the mouth, Egon's the brains, Ray's the heart of the Ghostbusters, and then Winston, he's not a scientist, so he's the audience. You know, he's like, he's the outcast. You know, so yeah. That's not true, Lantern. I took a wee. You'd know if I'd take a Crohn's dump, buddy. I'd be in there for a couple minutes. Just a wee. Yeah. Actually, I'm with Visions. Visions, snow... I haven't had a snow cone in forever. Damn. That sounds good right now. A snow cone? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Where's my pen? Oh, here's my pen. All right. All right. Let's see. What should we start with? Let's see. What should we start with? I'll start with the top 10 best SNL skits, and then I had to sum it all up. The other top 10 is top 10 in living color ILC skits. No, let's see. Let's start with in living color. Let's do that one. Because they were a little bit more risque, those skits. So, yeah. All right. All right, so top 10 in living color skit. That's where James Carey, he went by James Carey then. That's how he got his breakout. I'd say that was his breakout role. He did a couple others. He did like a teen movie. He was an alien in, oh God, what the fuck is that movie? Earth Girls Are Weird or something. He's in that, and he was in that with Jeff Goldblum. I think that was his first film. Then his second one was he plays some guy in college, and he's got this super sexy like girlfriend, and it's like a total like teen movie, but it's set in college, and he's like, "Why don't you want to do it?" And then she's like, "I do want to do it with you, but it's got to be the right moment, you know." And then his friends convince him to like go into like the city to this like dating bar, like where you got to pick up a phone and talk to someone. And he ends up like hooking up with like this vampire lady, and then she bites him down there twice, and then if she gets him 3 times, then he'll turn into a vamp. You guys have seen it. I want to get it on Blu-ray because it is a great like early Jim Carrey. I've seen it. So if anyone wants to buy it for me, Fears' birthday is October 28th. Send it in fan mail. Blu-ray once bitten. Yo, what's up, Ice? Now, Ice, is that you, Aiden? Is that you? If it is, what's up? So, yeah. Aiden, is that you? Is this his alternate account? Ice? Because I didn't want to ignore you like I accidentally last time, so I apologize. If it really is you, because you said, we have ice machines for you in Texas. Yeah, but are you Aiden, though? Let me know. But welcome. Ice Baby. All right. But even though he did those little movies, which I cannot think of the one where Jim Carrey, he plays like a red alien, and they come to Earth to like learn about female Earthlings or some shit. You guys know what I'm talking about. Hang on, let me ask Meta. Now I need to turn on my phone. Hang on. Or here, I'll just look it up. Because I know, you guys know what movie I'm talking about. I think that was his first one. What is the Jim Carrey movie that he plays a alien? Earth Girls Are Easy. That's right. The Jim Carrey movie is where he plays an alien. Is Earth Girls Are Easy. He plays the role of Willip, one of the 3 aliens whose spaceship crashes on Earth. There we go. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to see that one. I've seen Once Bitten though, and that's fucking hilarious. So at some point I want to see that movie. So yeah. Yep. Hi, Tina. There's a drop box lantern. Well, there you go. All right. Top 10 in living color skits. Because I used to watch both. I used to watch in living color. I used to watch SNL. So I'll just do 10 for each. The first one, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I gotta go big for the first one. Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something. That fucking, oh my God. That fucking, skit was hilarious. Like, every time, he wouldn't kill himself, but he would violently hurt himself, you know? Like sticking his finger in an electrical socket, burning himself alive, burning the house down, going fucking nuts. So, Fire, Marshall Bill. And then any of their cheesy commercials, any of those cheesy commercials that they made was great. So, cheesy commercials. Oh, what was the other one? It was the one, I don't remember her name, but it was when Jim Carrey dressed up as a woman, and she was like on roids, and she was like, "Hi, welcome to my workout program." That shit was fucking hilarious. I don't remember the name of it, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. So, Jim Carrey workout girl. That shit was hilarious, you know? And then, even though it was kind of racist, this skit was hilarious. But it was okay, I guess, because it was Keenan Ivory Wayans and his brother. I don't remember the brother. It was two black guys in the skit, but they acted like white people. And it was called Tom and Tom, the Brothers Brothers. And they didn't mean to make fun of their own race, but they had a show. It was like Tom and Tom, Black on Black, an educational program for all races or something. And they would always start the episode with like a cheesy song. Like one guy played the cello and one guy played on the guitar. And I just remember this one because it was so damn funny. It had some guy bitching and moaning. He came on, he's bitching and moaning like, I'm so sick and tired of how they portray black people and other races. So they weren't just talking about black people. He goes, I'm so sick and tired on how they treat black people like us and other races in movies. We're only portrayed as like thugs, gangsters, criminals, slaves. And then all of a sudden the brothers go, come on, how about America's Most Wanted? He goes, you always see different races on that show. Then the other brother says, yeah, and if you took the black guys off of Cops, you wouldn't even have a fucking show. And I'm just like dying. And then at the end, they just sing this little tune, and I'll sing it because it's fucking hilarious. He's like, hit it, Tom, and then they start playing, and then it's like, people of races should just know their place. There's plenty of good roles for people of race. There's muggers and pushers and hookers in lace. Just tap dance and shuffle, a smile on that face. And I started fucking losing it. So, the Brothers, Black on Black, an educational program, that's probably one of the best skits. Because the Keenan Ivory Wayans brothers did it, and it's fucking hilarious. So that one was good. Oh, man, that was great. So, the Brothers show. Black on Black. Okay, let's see. That's number 4. Oh, man, I haven't watched In Living Color. What was another one? Oh, it was just called The Guy in the Background. So there would always be some, like, news report, right? And they'd be talking about something important. So it'd be the news camera lady, with the mic, interviewing someone, and then Jim Carrey was called the background guy. He would walk through, and then he would be like, and he'd notice that he was on camera, right? And then he would just start doing all this outrageous shit just to get attention. So it was called the background guy. So that one was great. What's up, N4? Love the Sega vlog. Fears, great editing. Well, thank you. At least you watch it. Visions didn't watch it, you son of a bitch. Unfucking believable. You call yourself a fan? What the hell? I'm just joking. I'm just playing around. I'm just joking. I know you'll watch it, Visions. You'll like it. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a nice long one, too. You guys love the long vlogs. Okay. N4 says, howdy, Mr. Landon. Well, howdy, y'all. Let's see. What else? I got Fire Marshal Bill, the cheesy commercials. Jim Carrey's workout girl. I don't even remember what her name was in that skit, but she was like real buff and she worked out. She took a bunch of roids and she barely had like a workout. And Jim was fucking hilarious as that workout girl. And I was fucking dying of laughter. And then you got the Brothers show. Literally, they would sing all these fucking tunes. They're like problems with races go hand in hand. Wherever they go through this glorious land, we'll help you with taxes, we'll help you with laws, and we'll try to solve all the problems you cause, and all this other bullshit, and I would just be fucking losing my mind, you know? And then the background guy, let's see, I need some more. What else? What other skits was it? I'm gonna have to go to Google, because I haven't watched In Living Color in a while. Those were the highlights that I loved. Those 5 skits so far, so... In Living Color skits. I watched more SNL back in the day, so like that'll take me no problem to come up with 10 skits. Let's see what else. Oh, Wanda. When Jamie Foxx played Wanda, the Wanda skit was great. Wanda was good, where he put his lips out and be like, uh-huh. Like, Wanda was fucking hilarious. And then, Homie Don't Play That. Homie the Clown. That was a good one. Homie. Okay, I need 3 more. Let's see. Homie the Clown was fucking hilarious. Let's see. What else? Let's see. What's another one? God, I hit all the good ones. Oh, and then the skit where Jim Carrey portrayed Rocky. It was like a parody of Rocky. So the Rocky skit was good. Oh yeah. And then Hey Mon is when they had a whole bunch of jobs. It was like a whole family, like they'd be an airline. There'd be like people like getting on an airline or people getting on a bus, and the homie family, the Hey Mon Jamaican family, was like, they had every single job, and there was only like 4 or 5 people in the family. And they're like, oh, we gotta go to work, Mon. That one was good. Hey, Mon. That was good. I need one more. Let's see, what else? I hit all the good ones right away. Let's see, what's another one? But out of all these, probably Fire Marshal Bill was my all-time favorite. Oh, and then they did a cheesy version of Star Trek, and it was called The Wrath of Trek, and it was Jim Carrey doing an over-the-top version, a really bad over-the-top version as William Shatner. So, The Wrath of Trek. So, I'd say those are my 10 favorite. I mean, we all have our favorites, but yeah. Let me see if I can find that cheesy song. You guys have got to hear this cheesy song off the Brothers. I tried to remember it as much as I could, but it went something like that. But like the guy on the show, I remember he's like, you all don't understand. He goes, you're not even with it, brother. And he's like, oh, is your brother here? Yeah, bring him out. He's like, no, I'm talking about you and me. We're brothers. And he's like, I don't think you understand. He goes, we're the brothers. You're the angry black guy, bitching and moaning about races and not having, great roles in movies. And then he goes, you guys aren't even on my level. And then like he storms off and he's like, well, I think we, turned that guy's attitude right around. He's like, why don't we sing a song? And then they sing that fucking crazy song. I gotta find it. You guys have got to listen to this. And the only reason why I remembered it is because it was that fucking hilarious. And they dressed up as like a cheesy. It was Keenen Ivory Wayans and his brother, and they kind of did they dressed up in the same costume, and they always matched, and they kind of looked like a black version of like Mr. Rogers whenever they would do the Brothers like skit. And oh man, I was dying when they did that. It's not my favorite skit. I'd say Fire Marshal Bill. Let me see if I can find the song, though. Let's see. Brothers in living color skit. It should be on YouTube somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Brothers interview with angry black guy on Brothers show. Oh, Lord, here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Let me skim through it.
Oh, his legal system has railroaded me, brother.
Well, there's your problem, Mr. Charlie.
Oh, no, wait, this is the wrong one. Hang on. It's this one. Jamie Foxx plays the angry guy about in film. Yeah, here we go. This is it.
Presents a minority affairs program, Black Like You. Here are your hosts, Tom and Tom, the Brothers.
Brothers! Oh, man.
Thank you. Welcome to Black Like You, not us.
I love when they're like, we're the brothers. You're the angry black guy. And they're black, and I'm fucking losing it. It was hilarious.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm so excited tonight, Tom. We have a very special guest. African filmmaker.
I haven't seen this in years. Oh, God. Let's see if I got the song right. I kind of remember the song.
Spike Lee. Oh, wow, that's great. I loved all those karate.
And then he's all like, come on. What about America's Most Wanted? He goes, there's tons of black people and tons of other races on that. And then Keenan Ivory Reigns is like, yeah, and if you took the minority and races off of, like, cops, you wouldn't even have a fucking show. And I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm like, damn. Oh, man, it's crazy.
He made. Hi-ya.
Let me skim through it.
Black Americans are portrayed only as criminals, slaves, porch monkeys, hold it right there. Hot diggity, darn you, Tom, right there.
That's doohickey.
Losing your Tom, it's nothing. What he's talking about is nothing but some toe jam and pity cheese. Can we get away with that? I mean, I'm really mad, Tom. I don't ever want to hear anyone put down slavery.
He's like, that's doohickey nonsense, you know?
I mean, when you think about slavery and you think about unemployment today, you ask yourself, Mr. Lincoln, what were you thinking?
So they don't mean to make fun of themselves and other races. That's just how they are, you know?
And if it wasn't for slavery, pal, you wouldn't be in this country making films. You'd be back in Africa making some National Geographic film with some native woman with her boobies swinging all over the place. Oh, gosh, the horror. Could I speak?
Yeah, but that would be great, though, if some woman was, you know, flinging her boobies all in my face. I'd be like, hey, bring it on.
Can I talk? At least that might be bad, but at least I wouldn't have some white studio executive telling me what I can do with the final cut of my film. Let me show you a clip of the work I did before the studio got their hands on it. I hate when these angry black people bring clips. They're never funny.
Oh, my God.
Your eyes are the thunder. And
oh, man, I haven't seen this skit in years.
I, too, am mad, and I bid you.
Tally ho.
Tally ho. Tom. We're going to show you should have did the Spike Lee ending. Wake up.
Oh, man.
Well, anyway, let me show you what the studio did to that scene. Yo, eyes in the Thunderbird. Get your butt out here so we can go. For I get mad and hit you. Tacky hoe.
Yeah, then they're all like, oh, bravo, that's the best film I've ever seen in my life, you know?
Oh, I love it. Oh, man, that was whack. That's unbelievable, ain't it? Oh, I haven't seen work like that since Jimmy Walker was in that movie with, what's his name? Sidney Poitier.
Oh, wow.
You remember the riveting scene with Antonio Fargas kicking that prostitute up and down the street and across 110th Street? That was it. Man, you guys are whack, man. You guys are nothing but a bunch of bobo, butt-kissing Bonzo brothers, man. I'm out of here. You need a backbeat for that?
Butt-kissing Bongo brothers.
What do you say we butt-kissing Bobo brothers do a beautiful ballad?
Oh, yeah, here it is. So they would always open it up with, like, some cheesy rhyme song, and they're about to do it right now. Let's see if I got it right. It's been years. I tried to remember it.
I'm all with that. Let's go.
I may have got some words wrong, but
Maestro?
I just remember this skit because whenever I was like 15 or 16, me and my brother could start watching this and Saturday Night Live.
Please. Hit it, Tom.
Oh, here we go.
Black fellas in movies should just know their place. There's plenty of good roles for people of race. There's muggers and pushers and hookers in lace. Just tap, dance, and shuffle, a smile on your face.
Well, I almost got it. I'm fucking losing it. That's great. Oh, Lord. Well, that's my 10. All right, let's do the top 10 SNL skits. This will be easier because I watched SNL more. But in Living Color was pretty good. Top 10 SNL skits. Now, I kind of remember that one, Visions. Jim Carrey played an old guy with glasses, and I don't know why, he would just get really pissed off, and he had a shitload of beans, like, in his mouth. And he's like, pork and beans! And then fucking beans would fly out of his mouth. But I don't know the actual skit, but I kind of remember that. You know? So, yeah. But, yeah, that one was funny, too. And I think Jim Carrey did that one, too. All right. So, this will be easy. Top 10 SNL skits. Because, again, I watched it more, so. The best skit, in my opinion, that SNL has ever done is the Roxbury Guys. I love the Roxbury Guys. And the best skit they ever did as the Roxbury Guys, it was Chris Kattan, Will Ferrell, and Jim Carrey. They went fucking nuts in that skit. That's my favorite skit of all time. So, the Roxbury Guys is the very first one. So, the Roxbury Guys. If you guys have never seen the Roxbury movie, it's fucking great. So, the Roxbury Guys, number 1. Number 2, Wayne's World. Wayne's World is fucking great. So, Wayne's World. Wayne's World. I loved Wayne and Garth. And at first, when I watched the Wayne's World movie, in the behind the scenes, Mike Myers said, at first, I was just going to do it. He goes, but the producers thought, oh, Wayne should have, like, a sidekick. Wayne should have, like, a best buddy on his show. And he was like, no, I'm good. Like, I created Wayne. Like, I'll just do it myself. And they're like, well, like, we got to give somebody else, you know, like, a part. And he was like, all right, like, well, like, can I make it up? They're like, yeah. They're like, you can make up the character, but we want Wayne to have a sidekick. So at first, see you later, Ice. At first, Wayne was just going to be just Wayne Campbell. That was it. So, but thank God they created Garth, because Garth is just as good, if not better, you know, as Wayne. I mean, they're both a good duo. Chris Farley is in the original Wayne's World. He plays a security guard. That part, he's fucking great in that. That's great. I love it. Oh, yeah, Chicken Wizard. I was going to say that I love Coneheads, the movie version of Coneheads, and the SNL skit. So, we got the Roxbury Guys, Wayne's World, Coneheads. The next one, Celebrity Jeopardy. Their version of it. When Will Ferrell plays, I forgot the guy that was the host. That host passed away, I think like a year or two ago, and now there's a new host to Jeopardy, but, what the hell is that guy's name? The guy with the mustache. I can't think of it. Anyway, Celebrity Jeopardy. That was a good skit. The next one, when Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd, two wild and crazy guys. Oh man, that was great. Two wild and crazy guys. And they're kind of like the Roxbury Guys. You know, just the two wild and crazy guys is the 70s version of A Night at the Roxbury Guys, you know? And then we got, let's see, that infomercial guy, when Dan Aykroyd played that cheap businessman, and he would just sell the most outrageous products. And he talked real fast, and he's like, you gotta get this blender. This blender's fucking great. Like it has 3 speeds. And he talked like a mile a minute. But he was like the worst salesman. and he would just try to sell garbage, like fucking shit garbage, like to the audience. So the bad business guy. I don't remember what they called the skit, but he played a bad business salesman. And then let's see. Oh, what was that other one? Stuart Little. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. That fucking guy. It was Stuart something. Stuart, and then church chat with the church lady. That was hilarious. Church chat. Coffee talks. With Mike Myers, he played that lady with the big black hair. I'm Linda, it's coffee, and we talk. It's coffee talks. Coffee talks was great. I need one more. Let's see. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Chicken Wizard. And he goes, Burt Reynolds. And he's like, yeah, that's not my name. And he's like, okay, Turd Ferguson. And he's like, yeah, what do you want? You buzzed in. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Yeah, whatever. That's your problem. And then he looks right at the camera. I hate my job. It was great. As soon as you said Turd Ferguson, I was like, see, Chicken Wizard knows what the fuck's up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, I need one more. Let's see. We got the Roxbury guys, Wayne's World, Coneheads, Celebrity Jeopardy, Two Wild and Crazy Guys, Bad Business Guy, Stewart, Church Chat, Coffee Talks. I need one more. A lot of these are from the old ones. I haven't watched SNL in a good year or two, so I don't know what type of skits they do now. Oh, that guy, what was the one? Christopher Walken would be like, he'd be smoking a pipe or a cigarette, and he had like a bathrobe on, and he would talk, and you would only see the lady's hand. I think it was like Mr. Continental or Mr. What the hell is that one? There's that one, and then when Tim Meadows did The Ladies' Man was great, but I actually liked Alex Trebek. Thank you, Tina. I knew his name, I just couldn't think of it. What the hell was the Christopher Walken one? He'd be like this rich, posh guy, and he was always trying to like seduce ladies, like in his mansion or some shit. And he was like looking right directly into the camera. And then he would freak out the lady, and the lady was the cameraman, and then she would try to run away, and he blocked the door. I think it was like Mr. Continental, or the Continental Man or something. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put that as my 10th one. So yeah. Oh, man. I'm getting tired. Good Lord. It's 12:45. I already had a nap, though, before work. Before I uploaded and before my live, so I'm not really that tired. So I'm going to use the restroom again. I'll be right back, and then we'll get on. Let's see. We did the 2 skits. So tonight we're going to review... I forgot to grab the movies. Hang on. Tonight we're going to review... I've been on this James Bond kick. So the other day I watched GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and then The World Is Not Enough. I watched The World Is Not Enough today, but the other night I watched the 2. So tonight I'm going to watch Die Another Day, and then I'll be done with this one because Die Another Day is this one. And then I'm going to watch Casino Royale, probably tomorrow, because by the time I finish this, I'll have time for one movie and then skedaddle right off to work. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. So just go ahead and study a little bit of bits and pieces. Vision's made this for me. I appreciate it, buddy. I use it all the time. And this is... It is Liquid Death, but it's the... what is this one? The Mountain Water Sparkling one. So I like this one, and then I like... The normal one is just the Mountain Water, but this one is the sparkling drinking water. The other one has a cherry flavor. That one sucks. And then I have the lime one. The lime one comes in a green and yellow can, and that one's good. But the spicy one, it's like hot when you're drinking it. and it hurts my stomach when I drink it. And then the cherry one, it fucking tastes horrible. It's crap. It's garbage. So I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom, but little bits and pieces. I'll be right back. Right there, little bits and pieces. All right, 2 seconds. All right, sorry about that. Oh, man. Uh-oh, here comes the yawns. Here comes the yawns. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. I'll be honest. I'm feeling kind of lazy tonight. I don't want to go to work. I want to go take another nap. But I'll go to work. I'll go to work. But yeah, I'm tired. A little bit. I'm starting to get a little tired. I thought it was good. I took a long nap before the live and before the upload. So, I don't know. I'm getting old, man. All right, let's see what's next. Let me grab this. I think I'm just going to review the 3 movies and then call it a night. I will save the fall food for tomorrow. Oh, wait. I'm either going to go live tomorrow or Friday. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off and just edit while I'm listening to Lantern Show. And I really hope Larry does not go on there and cause a bunch of bullshit. Because I asked Lantern, I said, Lantern, I wasn't even there last time. You know, I said, I only came in for a couple minutes to say hello. And I said, I was editing the whole time. I said, I wasn't even there. I said, Larry came on and took over your show. And I said, does that get annoying, like him bitching and moaning about me for 3.5 hours? And he's like, yeah, a little bit. I was like, well, don't let him do that, Lantern. I said, I'm not even there. I said, I'm just chilling in the chat, just watching the show with my headphones on while I'm editing. I'm like, don't let him take over your show. So I hope that doesn't happen. So, all right. Let's start with one of Sega's favorite James Bond film. He told me a little bit of GoldenEye. The name's Bond, James Bond. So GoldenEye. And I've been watching them in order, so yeah. That's right, cool jerk, Chris Farley. Oh man, he's great. It sucks that Chris Farley has passed away, you know? But if he wouldn't have done cocaine like John Belushi was funny as hell, so was Chris Farley. And they went before their time, and man, was Chris Farley was great. One of the greatest Chris Farley things he's ever done is when he's in Tommy Boy, the scene where he's sleeping. He's sleeping, he's like David Spade, like, knocks, he's like, housekeeping, no, thank you. Sleeping. He's like, housekeeping. He's like, come back in an hour. He's like, housekeeping. Me want pillow. He's like, no pillow. More sleepy. And he's like, housekeeping. You want me to get you a fresh towel? And he's like, I love it. He's like, please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God. I love that scene. That's one of the greatest scenes that Chris Farley has ever done in his entire life. Oh, man. And I can't even believe that I tried to recreate the Chris Farley scene, because no matter how many times I do it, I won't be as good as Chris Farley. He's like, please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God. And I mean, he's screaming. He's going fucking nuts. There's only one Chris Farley. But you know what? There's only one John Fears. So there it is. Are you going to watch that John Candy? I didn't even know that they were making a John Candy documentary. The answer is yes, because I love John Candy. He was great. The Great Outdoors, I've already watched that movie. I've already reviewed it for you guys. That one is fucking hilarious. He, like, takes on that bear, and the bear is, like, jumping on his back, and he's like, get off me, you son of a bitch! The Summer Rental, that's great. Uncle Buck, I mean, I could go on forever about John Candy. He's fucking great. The little cameo he has in Home Alone. Well, it is a role, but it's like, he's only in, what? He's at the airport scene, and then there's the scene of him still in the airport when Kevin's mom is screaming at the ticket agent guy, and then he's in the truck. So 3 scenes. And she's like, oh, I'm a bad parent. And he's like, no, you're not. She's like, I left him at home. I'm a bad parent. He's like, no. He's like, these things happen. And they have that real nice emotional scene, like, as they're driving. That's another good one, Chicken Wizard. Canadian Bacon. I've seen it. It's just, 1, it's been a long time. 2, I don't have it in my movie collection, but I've seen it, and it's fucking great. And then the other one where he plays, like, a crappy spy. What is it? He's a spy, but he's like a Canadian spy, and, like, he just messes up 24/7, and it's a comedy. That shit was fucking great. Oh, my God. Then he plays that small little cameo in Vacation, where he plays, like, the Wally World security officer, and he's got the big, thick black glasses, and Chevy Chase shoots him with an airsoft gun. That shit's great. Oh, my God. Genius. Epic. Chicken Wizard says, I'm going to start telling people they're afraid of my body. Go for it. Because I don't even know what the fuck that means. Joe is a fucking idiot. He's like, you're a coward, Fears. You're a coward. You're afraid of my body. And I'm like, let me tell you something, motherfucker. I'm not afraid of you or any other idiot troll online. I'm like, Joe, you're cruising for a bruise. And I'm like, my community will back me up. I'm like, he's fucking with the wrong dude. I'm like, I will crush Joe and his fucking life force into fucking oblivion. He'll be ashes, you know? So he was just starting some shit, Chicken Wizard. I was just like, really? And I even said it in the live. I was like, you don't want to be a bad guy, do you? Apparently he wants to be a bad guy. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, you know? So, Joe, if you want my whole community to fuck with your life, then you're cruising for a bruising, buddy. I'm telling you, I would just admit defeat and cower in a corner and walk away. Because you're not going to make fun of me. You're not going to make fun of my friend Visions or Bukaki or Tokes any day. I'm like, there's the nice John Fears, and then there's the bad John Fears, and you don't want to see my bad side. Ho. No, you don't. That's another good one, Chicken Wizards. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's both. It shows his dramatic side, because whenever he says, I don't have a home, my wife's died, she's been dead for 8 years now, and then Steve Martin's character's like, oh shit, like that explains a lot, like no wonder why he's so outgoing, and he helped me like get home to my family, and you never really find out what happens to him, like Steve Martin just says, hey, why don't you come into my house and meet my family and eat Thanksgiving dinner with me. But whenever I was a kid, I was like, oh man, I'm like, I want to see what else happens to John Candy's character. Like, does he get a better job? Does he find a home? Does him and Steve Martin's character like still remain friends? Does Steve Martin's character actually helps out him. So, but it is a good ending. But, you know, that shows both, though, Chicken Wizard. It shows his comedic side and his acting side. So that's a great... I always watch that around Thanksgiving. Because it's a Thanksgiving movie, you know. That's a good one. All right, GoldenEye. Sega, I know you're going to ask if I loved it. Sega, I loved GoldenEye. Probably one of my... I'd say my two favorite Pierce Brosnan James Bond films are GoldenEye and Die Another Day. Which I've seen it before, but I'm going to watch it again tonight. Because that's the last one in this pack. And then review it on Friday or Saturday, whenever I go live. But yeah. So Sega, I do love it. I'm going to give it a... I loved it. I'm going to give it a 9.8 out of 10. So, 9.8 out of 10. Super great Bond villain. There's a bad woman villain, and then there's a bad guy villain. So there's two villains. So two villains. And they're like classic Bond villains. Like, they want to take over the world, and they're greedy, and they want to extort all this money and go nuts, you know. Lots of action. In this one, they bring back his classic Aston Martin, the gray one, the 60s one. So, classic car comes back. Because in the other ones, in The Living Daylights and A View to Kill and Octopussy and For Your Eyes Only and Moonraker, you don't really see the Aston Martin very much. Briefly, like in the background, but you don't see him drive it like in all the Sean Connery ones. It's either in Q's lab and they're working on it, but he gets a lot of new cars in all those old movies. And then all the Sean Connerys has the Aston Martin. So it was good when Pierce Brosnan took over the film, or took over the role. They bring the Aston Martin back. So, classic car comes back. First film for Pierce Brosnan to be Bond. My two favorite scenes, probably when, I think her name's, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Annika Onatop. She tries to seduce Bond and kill him. And she jumps on top and she's like obsessed with like sex. So much that she likes to kill guys while she's having sex with them. And James Bond throws her off and burns her butt in the sauna. And then he takes out a gun and he's like, no. No more foreplay. You know? And I thought that was fucking hilarious. So, him fighting Annika Onatop was probably my second favorite scene. So, Onatop fight scene. And then there was some good gadgets in this one. So when Bond goes into Q branch, that's what Q calls his little workshop where he creates all the gadgets to help Bond. He goes in there and he's like, Q, anything new? And he's like, always 007. And man, there was some good gadgets. He goes, a typical pen. And he goes, click it 3 times to start the fuse. Click it another 3 times to defuse the bomb. And then he goes, how many? And then like Q's eyes get like that fucking big. It's about to explode. And he's like, oh, grow up 007. And he goes, here, let's test it on Fred. And he goes, well, sorry about this, Fred. And he puts the little pen and he goes, 1, 2, 3. Runs. It blows up. And he goes, don't say it, 007. And he goes, the writing's on the wall. So that scene's great. So that's probably my favorite scene. So Q branch. I do recommend it. It is a solid James Bond film. So I do recommend it. Let me catch up with the chat here. I don't blame you. I scare myself. No, but you're cool as hell, Chicken Wizard. I've actually hung out with you, 3 times in real life? because we've met at the Toy Man Toy Con. Plus, you've been a fan for quite a long time. We're gonna hang out a fourth time when I get back into town, buddy. Hell yeah. Let's see. Vision says, if I told you I was scared of your body, would you hold it against me? Are you asking that to Chicken Wizard or to me? Let's see. I look like a fat serial killer. Damn. That's not true, Chicken Wizard. I've met you. You're a very nice guy. You know, you're a solid dude. You're a good friend, and you're a good fan. You're a good guy. Farthest from a serial killer, you know? So, yeah. Anyway. All right. Time to move on. Tomorrow Never Dies. All right, here we go. This one was good. It had a couple of boring parts in it, but it was pretty good. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. There was a couple of boring parts, but all the action made up for the boring parts. So 7.5 out of 10. A lot of Chinese hot tamale bomb babes in it. Oh, yeah. So a lot of Bond girls. A lot of Bond girls, as always. Lots of action. Some Chinese gadgets and some British gadgets in there. It's a lot of gadgets. Great Bond villain. He's obsessed with like taking over the news, and he writes the news. So he'll commit a crime, and then no one thinks that it's him. So he's creating the news. So he kills a bunch of British agents, and then he writes in his own paper, oh, I bet you the Chinese killed all those, like, British agents. So Bond has to be like, well, that's not right. And then M's like, 007, you got to figure out what the hell's going on, because we sure as hell, and China did sure as hell did not kill our British agents. So you got to figure out what the fuck this guy's up to. And so he takes him down. But he's a solid, good Bond villain. So, yeah. So, good Bond villain. And he's obsessed with creating the news. And he's like, my newspaper and my magazines and my online newspaper is going to be the biggest thing in the world, and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop me. And Bond's like, no, fuck you, I'm going to stop you. So, yeah. Let's see here. I do recommend it. Let's see here. And then, let's see. What are my two favorite scenes? Probably when Q shows James his new car, and that's a BMW in that one. But he also has his Aston Martin. So, yeah. So he's got his Aston Martin at home that he drives around. And then on the he's like, well, we did some more improvements on the BMW. So sometimes he drives the BMW. Most of the time he drives the Aston Martin. So, getting his new BMW. And that thing is filled to the brim. Filled to the brim with fucking Bond gadgets in that fucking car. It's got like oil slick coming out the side. It's got machine guns on the side of the BMW. It shoots lasers out of it. I mean, it's going fucking nuts. And it takes down the bad guys. Getting the new car. So Q knows what the fuck's up. And then the second favorite scene. Ooh. God, there's so many good scenes in this. Probably the motorcycle chase scene where he's got the hot, sexy Chinese Bond girl on the back of the motorcycle with him. And that motorcycle chase scene goes on for at least 8 to 10 minutes, at least. So, motorcycle chase scene. Yeah. It's a good one. But there's a few boring parts. And I think I'm only going to review 2 movies. So I'll switch the title and put 2 because I'm getting a little sleepy. So I may watch Die Another Day tomorrow and another movie tomorrow. Because I'm going to take another little nap before I have to go to work because I got to be at work tonight at 4:30. So I'm going to have another little nap. But there it is. All right. There it is. Let's see. Chicken Wizard says, I have a beard and mustache in the vlog. I'm in with Fears. I shaved it off, though. Yeah, because the last time we hung out, Chicken Wizard, I just haven't uploaded that one yet because Fears is so far behind. But I'm getting caught up. So, the one, oh, wait, no. I'm going to have to check on the main channel. I have the one from 2 years ago where you have the beard. Then the one from... I'm sorry, I have the one from 3 years ago where you have the beard. 2 years ago, I have the one where you shaved. I just haven't uploaded last year's Toy Man yet, I believe. Because I still need to upload... I uploaded all my brother's wedding reception party that we did, and then I need to upload my mom's 70th birthday party, and that was a year ago. And then when me and my friend Travis hit up all of the St. Louis Escape from New York movie locations, that was fucking so much fun. It was so much fun to go to downtown St. Louis, and I did a bunch of research. Travis had never seen it, but I said, Travis, I don't want to go alone. I said, you should totally, tag along with me and help me film. And he's like, well, Fears, why don't I just watch the movie before I go with you? I said, yeah. I said, watch it tonight. And then I said, tomorrow we'll go out and I said, I looked online. I said, I got all the addresses of all the St. Louis locations because they shot it in 3 cities. They shot 90% of it in St. Louis. 1% in New York. They were there for 2 days in New York. And then the rest of it was on sets in LA. But 90% of it was in my hometown. And actually, we had to go into Illinois for one of the locations. The very end, where they're driving down the bridge, that bridge is not in St. Louis. I thought it was, but I did some research. If my mug is Missouri, you have to cross the border into Illinois, and there's a bridge right when you get into Illinois, so it's close to St. Louis. It's in Illinois, and I don't remember the name of the bridge. I say the name of the bridge in the vlog. I still need to get all that crap up. So I'm sitting on a lot of shit that you guys want to see, and I'm trying to get it up just ASAP. But trust me when I say this, it's going to be worth the wait. So tomorrow, I'm going to take a break from streaming, and I'm going to edit the last part of the Sega vlogs, get that up. And then this weekend, I want to put up the Tampa Toy Con where me and Sega met Aaron Shasharsky, or whatever the fuck his name is. And when Sega met Adam DeWoo for the first time. I still need to watch I'm going to try to watch the vlog of him spending the night in the Poltergeist house. I don't know how the fuck he pulled that off. That's what I'm telling you, Visions. If I had, shitloads of money like Adam and shitloads of power, because the more subs you get, the more YouTube gives you more, power and more opportunities, So the next time I hang out with Adam at one of Jeff's shows, I'm going to be like, Adam, I don't know how the fuck you got to stay in the Poltergeist house, but that's fucking amazing. Because I love the Poltergeist. I've seen Poltergeist 1. Poltergeist 2, it's okay. It's kind of crap. But the first one is fucking spectacular. I just haven't seen the third one yet. The third one is still on the list. So yeah. I gotta find the third one. Hopefully I can find the third one when I'm in town and I go to Vintage Stock. Because they got even more older gems than the Barnes & Noble that I go to out fucking here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, ugh. So yeah. You know what, Chicken Wizard? Listen. This is coming from your buddy, your pal. I mean, that fucking beard was something to be proud of. I mean, it was flowing. He had the fucking mustache, with the fucking horns coming down. He had the full-on beard, It was like classic 1970s. You had the fucking wavy hair flowing. I wouldn't have shaved off the beard and the mustache. That's just me. But, I mean, you had it flowing. It was definitely flowing in the wind, man. I was like, fucking hell, that motherfucker was thick, But I can't wait to see you at Chris's show, Toy Man. We're going to hang out. Then, we're going to go get something to eat. And then, like I said, if you want to come to Vintage Stock with me, you're more than welcome. Or like you said, you're like, hey, Fears, you can come over to my house. We'll do a video game stream. I'm like, I'm down for whatever you want to do, buddy. So, yeah. we'll figure it out, Chicken Wizard, because I got to make time for my mom and my brother and Shelton. And then I'm going to go take my mom out to dinner and breakfast, because I always do that. And then I always have to go visit my dad and get him fresh flowers. And I always have to visit my grandma now that she passed away. And then I know my buddy Eric is going to want to hang out. He wants to go to a concert. And I'm like, dude, before the concert, I don't even know what concert he's thinking of. Before the fucking concert shit, I'm like, I want to see his nerd cave, because he keeps texting me, it's done, Fears. It's done. It's done. And I was like, well, motherfucker, I'm going to be there in a couple weeks. I'm like, I want to hang out in the nerd cave. He's got a bar there, so I'm like, I'm going to I'm like, Eric, I'm like, you got some booze down there. So I said, you gotta, show Fears some hospitality. He goes, oh, Fears. He goes, you're going to love my nerd lounge. That's what he calls it, the nerd lounge. He's not going to let me film it, though, because Eric, as much as I love him like a brother, he's not as open, talking to fans like me. He won't let me film it. And I'm like, oh, man, the fans want to see it. But I'll try to take some photos, because, man, he sent me a photo of his nerd cave, so I've kind of seen it, but not all of it. He just took one big photo. And he's like, Fears, there's more to it than just in this photo. And I was like, all right. I'm like, fair enough. What I saw in the photo was a nice bar, shitloads of booze down there. He had a fucking pool table. One of those old, I don't even know what you call them. I'm having a brain fart. Visions, you're into old music. Remember in the vlog that I took Sega to, and it was this thing was in the movie car museum, and me and Sega pushed the buttons to the, it was one of the, what is it? It's, Jeff's got one. You push it and it had old records in a jukebox, but like those 1950s jukeboxes. Eric's got one of those in his nerd cave. So he's got the bar, the jukebox that he had fully refurbished. He said, Fears, I found it online. It was a piece of crap. I spent a bunch of money, got it all souped up. I was like, damn, you're going all out. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, you know me, Fears. I'm like, oh, I know. Got a pool table down there. He bought a new pinball machine. And I said, I hope it's Ghostbusters. And he goes, oh yeah, Fears, you know me. And I was like, yeah, but was that your first pick? He goes, no, Fears. Actually, he goes, I was down to 3. He goes, I was either going to get a Ghostbuster pinball machine, a Turtles pinball machine, or a Saturday Night Live. Because Eric and I was like, oh man. I'm like, well, you picked good. He's like, yeah, but Fears, you like Ninja Turtles. I was like, I do, but not as much as Ghostbusters. So yeah. So I said, you picked right, so I can't wait to play his Ghostbuster pinball machine. And I said, it better not be one of those fucking electric ones. I said, it better be a classic one with an actual, like, gray ball, like pinball should be. Fuck all this electronic shit. Electronic ball? Give me a break. That's not fucking pinball. That's like you're playing a video game. Pinball is with an actual fucking gray ball. It's not this fucking digital shit. I'm like, no. That's crap. That's garbage. Eric almost did it. I said, Eric, this is your best friend. I said, it's your nerd cave. It's your man cave. And he was like, yeah. I said, get an actual fucking pinball. Don't get that electric shit. I'm like, no. And he goes, are you mad? I said, no. I said, I'm not mad, Eric. I said, if you want a pinball, get an actual pinball machine. I said, don't get that like digital shit. I said, you got enough video games, Eric. Eric's the video game master. He's got like every system. In his nerd cave. He said, Fears, I got a brand new TV down there. He goes, and I hooked up all my old consoles, and I got everything organized. I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, Fears, he goes, when I was a kid, he goes, I just saved up my money and bought almost every console. So he doesn't have every console, but he has almost. He's got like an Atari, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, all those old ones. He said, my newest one, I think Eric got a PlayStation 4? I think that's his newest one. But he likes the old games like I do. So yeah. Yo, Jucifer, what's up? I like Jucifer's response. Yo, Fierce, you're looking slim tonight. Well, I'm trying to look slim as possible every night. But if you look down here, I still got a gut. But I'm glad that my workouts are actually paying off, and I'm starting to look skinny. I don't have the double chin. I remember when I was super fat, the trolls would make like a photo, and they would count how many chins I have. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So yeah, so I'm looking slimmer because I got rid of all the soda. I got rid of all the soda. I got rid of, the only time I drink soda, Jucifer, is when I'm out and about with like friends or whatever. Or sometimes if like I get off at church, sometimes they'll have like a meal. Not all the time. And sometimes they, will serve soda, but if I'm out and about, I have soda. But if I'm at home, I drink nothing but like water, tea, coffee. Orange juice is healthy, and I don't get the orange juice with like a shitload of sugar in it. I get the all natural orange juice that has calcium in it because I don't get a lot of calcium because I don't drink a lot of milk, you know. And the lactose intolerant milk that I use in my coffee that doesn't have any calcium in it because I'm allergic to the lactose and all that. So I've been trying to eat as healthy as I possibly can. And when I was young, I used to do 5 workouts Monday through Friday with Trent, but I'm trying to get back to that. I get at least 3 workouts in every single week, whether it's in the gym or walking or running on the trail, something. So yeah. Let's see. Vision says, real pinball machines cost thousands. I did see a cheap Star Wars one at Costco for like $4K. That's really good for a new one. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Visions, I love Eric like a brother. Me and Eric have been through thick and thin. I met Eric at the end of 8th grade. So I'm like, dude, you're going to regret it. I said, you will regret it if you get a digital pinball. I'm like, where's the fun in that? I'm like, just save up your money. I said, Eric, it may take you a little while. It may take you a year, 2, 3 years. But I'm like, wouldn't you want to invest your money in an actual pinball? Because he wants an actual pinball in his nerd cave. And he finally took my advice and said, Veers, the pinball machine was the last thing I bought for the nerd cave. And you were right. He goes, I would have totally regretted getting a digital Ghostbuster pinball machine. He goes, I play my Ghostbuster pinball one all the time. He goes, Fears was right. Get a classic pinball. He goes, the pinball machine is new. He goes, I bought it new off the internet, but it's an actual Ghostbuster pinball machine with an actual gray ball. I said, Eric, it's not a pissing contest. I said, I love you, buddy, like a brother. I said, I was just looking out for you. I said, I knew you would have regretted it if you would have got if you would have got a digital one. And he was like, yeah, you're right, Fears. He goes, that's not actual pinball. I said, yeah. I said, anytime I play digital ones, yeah, they're fun, they're all right, but whenever I go and hang out with Jeff, he's got all pinball machines, and they're way funner than, I know funner isn't a word, they're way more enjoyable than a digital one. And Jeff agrees with me too. Jeff's like, oh yeah, Fears, I'd never buy a digital one. I was like, well, yeah. That takes the fun out of it, you know? It's pinball, an actual ball. Save up your money and get an actual ball in the pinball, you know? It's not, hey, I want to save my money and buy a digital ball. Where's the fun in that, you know? But I get what you're saying, Visions. They do cost a lot. I mean, 4K, and you said that's a cheap one. I didn't even ask Eric how much he paid for his real Ghostbuster pinball. I'm going to ask him when I get into town. I'll be like, hey, Eric, it's none of my business. I'm just curious. Let me know. If he says no, Fears, I'm not going to tell you, then I won't push the issue. But I'm kind of curious on how much he paid for an actual pinball. So, yeah. Arm curls with that foil ball will get you ripped. No. I'll just go to the gym and I'll get weights, Jucifer, and do my arm curls. You know? Anyone in the chat watch Alien Earth show? Alien Earth? Wait. What, you mean, Walter, you mean Alien? Like Alien? Ooh. I didn't know they were making a show. Hang on. I gotta watch the trailer. If they're making a new Alien movie, is it like a TV movie, Walter? You guys know how much I love Predator and Alien. Oh, man. If they made a TV show, hang on. Let me find it. Oh, man. My nose is itching me like crazy. Excuse me. Alien Earth? Alien Earth trailer. Oh my Christ. They are. Oh shit. Ridley Scott. The classic. The Alien. Ooh yeah. Alien Earth, an original Netflix Hulu series. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. No, but I'm interested now. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. That is music to Fears' sweet little ears. Oh yeah. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. Before I watch this, I'm going to catch up with the chat. Foil ball machine, anyone? Oh, yeah. See, now we're talking Visions, you know? Oh, yeah. Foil ball for Seamus. Seamus, listen, man, I love you. I'm glad you're a fan, but you're never getting the foil ball, you motherfucker. He thinks there's hair in there. There could be hair in there. I swear. But shh. I won't tell you if there's any hair in that, Seamus. You little bitch. You'll never get my foil ball. I feel bad for Seamus. Lantern, you are a jokester. Lantern, you're a fucking prankster. That's why I love you, buddy. You know Lantern's never going to give Seamus any hair. I've even tried. I'm like, Lantern, just like take like a little bit, you know, and just take a little couple scissors, cut off a few hairs, a few strands. I don't know, Fears, maybe. And I'm like, no, not maybe, Lantern. I'm like, you always fuck with Seamus. You're never going to give him any hair. So, and then Seamus is, I mean, I admire Seamus' determination. He's like, Fears, mark my words. Mark my words, Fears. And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, mark my words. I'll get that fucking hair. And I'm like, will you? I'm like, I want you to, buddy. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't think Lantern's going to give it to you anytime soon. But yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Vision says, a friend of mine dropped $12,000 on the Medieval Madness re-release. Ooh, damn. What, that's a pinball? Damn, that's a lot. That is a lot. What's up, Seamus? Seamus, I was sticking up for you. He says, I'm coming for that foil ball, Mr. Lantern. You're not getting it. But Seamus, I hope one day you get Lantern's hair. Because who wouldn't want to make, you know, a Star Trek clone, you know? That's like some science fiction shit, man. Like, do a clone of Lantern. Lantern's fucking great. Get it. Get on it. Get on it. It's a TV series. Oh, well, I'm going to watch the trailer, Walter. They better put that shit on fucking Blu-ray or 4K whenever it's done, because you know Fears. I'm fucking buying that shit, and I'll be watching that, and I'm going to add it to my Alien collection, because I got all the Aliens up here. Right? Where is it? Hang on. This is my sci-fi section. Where is it? Right here. I got all the Aliens right here. So you know I'm going to be buying that TV, watching the hell, and then I'm going to put the TV series right by this. Walter, I swear, I still got it. When I get back from my trip, I'm putting this shit together. And you said this is a collector's item. You said they don't make these anymore, so I'm going to keep the box. So, yeah. So I promise, buddy, I haven't forgotten about it. I've just been really busy with work and catching up on the vlogs and shit. And trying to end this fucking feud with Larry and all the other bullshit. But I'll get to it, I promise, buddy. I just keep it up here. So whenever I'm ready to go, I'll just grab it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. By the way, if anyone hasn't seen it, Dave was talking about it on Aiden's show. I'm either going to take Dave's advice. Dave said you can get one of those holders to put your phone in, so then I don't have to, like... Man, I looked at those replicas of the life clock for Snake Plissken. Man, they look so badass. They look so good. They're just so much money. And I'm like, fuck, man, that's a lot. They got the real ones, and then they have like a cheaper one. The cheaper ones are like $400, but I'm like, that's cheaper? I'm like, fucking hell. That's still a lot. And then the actual life clock, I found one on eBay for like $1,000, and I was like, bah! I mean, it's cool because it looks exactly like the one off of the one that Kurt Russell, not the one from Escape from L.A. That one's got a black. That one, they have that one too. The one from Escape from L.A. it's a metal watch with a black strap, and that one had blue or green numbers on it from the sequel, and then the original one had brown straps with like a gold plate around it, and it had red, and he had. Well, they say 24 hours, but then the Hawk guy, the guy that fucks over Snake Plissken's like, well, no, I said 24 hours, but really, you got 22 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. And even Snake calls him on it. He's like, no. He's like, you're not bullshitting me. You said 24. He goes, we talked about 24 hours. And then he said, well, we need to have that tape. He goes, we need to have the president and that tape because the information on that tape needs to get to the president's got like a secret meeting that'll help, like, pull the Earth back together, out of the dystopian shit that they've created. So he's like, here it is, motherfucker. You either do what we tell you with the time that you get, or we'll just let you die and we'll keep the poison in your fucking neck. And then I love Snake Plissken. He goes, when I get back, I'm gonna kill your ass, And he's like, you better get going. Oh, yeah. So if I can get all of it, it's Snake Plissken time, baby. The hardest things to find, I thought the wig would be easy. You guys will see it whenever I upload the vlog. I recently filmed in Spirit Halloween. They had every wig imaginable. They had blonde ones, afros. I'm like, motherfucker, all I need is a long brown, like a thick brown wig. I'm going to have to order that. They did not. They had long wigs, but it was like a blonde one or a gray one or one for a lady. I'm like, Snake Plissken has long brown hair. That's all I need. And then, I'll put the bandana around it like, he always does with the fucking eye patch. The hardest thing, though, will be to find that life clock. But I'm going to take Dave's advice. And Dave said, Fierce, you can wear like a strap that holds your phone. And Dave said, I'll either let you borrow mine or I'll just buy the one that Dave has. Dave showed it to me. He goes, Fierce, you can wear it on your arm. And he goes, and you just put your phone in the cell phone holder. I was like, that'll work. I said, Dave, I was just going to like fucking MacGyver it and put my cell phone here with that red app counting down as I did the Halloween stream and just fucking duct taped it to my fucking arm. He's like, no, Fierce, don't do that. So I'm not worried about the eye patch and the wig. I can just order the fucking wig. Like, it's easy. Just go to eBay. Brown long wig. Bam, buy it. There it is. I'm worried about finding those camo pants because he has certain ones because in the film it says that, he was decorated by the president before he went mean. Before he went mean and turned into an asshole, he was like a hero and he got like 3 medals of honor and all that other bullshit. And then he wears the gray, white, and blue camo pants because a bunch of his missions were in Siberia. So that's why. And then Kurt Russell came up with the idea, well, if he's been in all these wars and he's a war hero, wouldn't it be cool if like he lost an eyeball like when he was fighting in the war and then John Carpenter ate that shit up? He's like, oh, yeah, that's fucking great. Yeah, add that, do that. And so the hardest things to find will be something like that life clock. Because I almost bought one of those replicas, and I was like, $500, fuck that noise. So if they go, I have them saved on eBay. If I can talk to the guy lower, then I'll get one. Like I would pay like $100, maybe $200, because you guys know I go all out for Halloween, but I'm not paying $1,000. I'm not paying $700 or whatever the fucking guy said. No way. So yeah, we'll see. So if I can't pull Snake Plissken together, I'll have a whole year, and I'll just do Snake Plissken next year, and I'll have a whole year to get all that shit together. Because I'm gonna be that character at least once in my life. Your rules. Fuck you, you motherfucker. Your rules are really starting to annoy me. Oh yeah. So if I can't pull together, then I'm gonna do the scary movie. And just like last year, I'll switch out. Whenever it's the Halloween streams, one day I'll be Scream from Scream 1. One day I'll be from Scream 6. One day I'll be Scary Movie. Hell yeah. So there it is. You got to have options whenever it's, whenever it's Halloween time. And Fears is the grand fucking master of Halloween. That's right. I hope I have enough time in between work and stuff to get to Halloween Horror Nights at least once. We'll see. I'm only one man. We'll see. Let's see. Seamus says, that's right, y'all. Go get Fears' foil ball. Fucking hell. Oh, Lord. Did you see all the foil I sent for your foil ball? I did, Walter. Walter, did you watch the unboxing? As soon as I opened up the box, I went, oh, fucking rad foil. And then I took some of the foil, grabbed the foil ball, threw out a long sheet, and threw out foil all over the ball. That's right. And you know what? I'm going to grab it right now. I'm going to add some more foil. Give me 1 second. But watch the unboxing, buddy. Oh, yeah. All right. Bring it on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah, you got to watch that unboxing, Walter. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Look at that. That's long. Damn! Look at that motherfucker. Damn. Hey, Bo Seamus, do you see any hair in there? That's right. You're not getting any of the hair. Damn. This thing's getting big. I'm going to use the foil, though, wisely, though, Walter. So maybe around Halloween, I'll add another layer. Around Christmas, I'll add another little layer. I'm going to make that foil stretch out. All right. Oh. Ah. Uh-oh. There we go. Ah. All right. That motherfucker's getting big. So yeah, watch the replay back, Walter. The only thing I was bummed about is the stuff that broke. I'm letting Evil Ash dry yesterday night before I went to work. I mean, I just took a bunch of super glue and I just glued the shit out of it. He's drying over there, so I hope he stays together. If not, then I'll just find him online and I'll just buy another one because Evil Ash looks fucking great. And of course, it's Army of Darkness, so hello. I cannot wait to watch Army of Darkness a second time around Halloween time. Because, man, that fucking scene where that skeleton is like scared shitless. Visions, you know what scene I'm talking about. Oh no, God help me. And then fucking Ash goes up the fucking castle and then the fucking boulder comes down and kills his ass and shit. I'm like, this is fucking great. I love, see, the happiest Fears ever is when I'm bullshitting and talking to you guys about movies. You know, so despite all the troll shit that I go through, I love movies, and I love all the behind the scenes of movies. And I seriously, when I was all bummed and shit, like you guys saw my true stream, like one day, a couple of times in my lifetime, I've asked God, I'm like, why am I here? Like, I've made so many mistakes. I shouldn't have lied. Like, what the fuck is my purpose, God? Like, I need some answers. And I don't hate God. I love God. I love Jesus. But I'm like, why am I here? You know, and the farthest thing I can tell in my 41 years of existence is the happiest I always am is whenever I'm editing videos or I'm making others laugh. They're not laughing at me. They're laughing with me whenever I'm cracking jokes, you know? I just wish I could find a job where I could use both my talents, making people laugh and cracking up myself and editing videos. Because I don't mind being on camera. Like when I was a kid, I still do enjoy acting. But when I was a kid, I just wanted to be an actor. But when I got to my first editing class was in 8th or 9th grade. They only had one class in high school. And I was like, oh, man. I'm like, I want more. I'm like, give it to me. And then college, whew, man. That was 4 years of best of my life. Man, and whatever fears didn't get away with in Missouri, I made up for. Like, I was kind of sheltered as a kid. I was like, all right, I'm going to fuck all these chicks. I'm going to drink a bunch of booze. I'm going to smoke weed. I'm going to go fucking nuts. And I did, oh, man. You guys, that's why I've got so many college stories, because at that point in my life, in my 20s, whew, I went fucking ballistic. It was worth it, though, for those two girls to slap me in the face, because I was like, yeah, I'm going to fuck Megan on Friday, and then on Monday I'll fuck Allison. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. And then they found out, you pig! And I deserved it, because girls don't like getting fucked over. Let alone, yeah, I'm fucking Megan on Friday, I'm fucking Allison on Monday. They're never going to find out. And I thought I was a pimp back then. I was like, they'll never find out. They found out, and I got slapped. Megan slapped me on this side, and Allison slapped me on this side, and damn did that hurt. But that's the only time I've ever, dated two girls at once. I'm like, no, I can't do that. So never again, but I got that out of my system. First time I smoked weed, didn't really faze me, because I was so drunk that night. So yeah, a lot of good times in college. Oh man, I've got some stories. Oh, Lord. But yeah, watch that stream back, Walter. Absolutely. Because I do a whole unboxing. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Let's see. Keep an eye on Tina. She might try and steal the foil ball now that she knows Seamus wants it. Oh, yeah. I got you. There's a concert the same day as Toyman, so I might go to that if you want to go. I want to focus on Toyman, buddy, you know, and then, you know, we can grab something to eat, and then whatever other day you want to go to, like, I think you should come with me, and we'll hit up Vintage, you know, and then we can grab something to eat on a different day and go to Vintage Stock. I can grab some gems, and then I think we should do the video game stream, like you said, because you like all the old ones like I do. And I was like, I'm cool. Like you said, you had Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. I was like, I'm down with that. Hell yeah. Vision says, would you say that Spirit Halloween was wigging out? I forgot what wigging out means. Like going nuts? It was big, Visions. Last year's was so little, and it was so damn hot. I was like, turn up the fucking air conditioning. So it was still hot in there, but not as hot as it was last year. It was a bigger building, and I'm going to go back because I want to get another movie prop. Spirit Halloween has made a replica version of the fucking goggles that little kid wears in Jurassic Park. You know, the night vision goggles? What's his name? It's the girl wears like a purple shirt and she's got the purple hat. Alex, and there's Grant, there's Ellie, and then Jeff Goldblum is Ellie plays Dr. Sattler, and then Malcolm is the chaotician fucking guy, and then the lawyer gets eaten, and then the big fucking fat guy is Dennis Nedry, and then Samuel, what's the fucking kid's name that has the goggles? Oh, Tim. And when I went there, they said coming soon goggles, and I was like, oh, do you have them? All right, are they in the back? I'm like, I love Jurassic Park. I'm like, I don't care how much they are. I'm like, I'll spend a little bit of my paycheck until I get another paycheck next week. And they're like, check back later. So before my trip, I'm going to check and get those fucking goggles. And they said, if we're sold out, you can always order them off of Spirit Halloween. And I was like, oh, yeah. That's going under the Halloween tree for sure. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a gift from Fears to Fears. So, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just forgot what wigging out means. I'm old, man. Don't make fun of me. I'm old. I need to figure out what wigging out is. Hang on. Hey, Meta, define what wigging out is.
Wigging out is an informal expression that means to lose control, go crazy, or become extremely upset or anxious. It can also refer to someone overreacting or freaking out in a particular situation. The phrase is often used in a casual or colloquial context to describe a person's intense emotional response.
I wouldn't say that it was wigging out, Visions. I mean, everyone was having fun in there. I was having a blast. I mean, did you watch my live in there? That it was so much bigger than last year. I was like, oh, nice. They got a bigger building, and they had a bunch of more props, and then they had this kind of like subway like set. Kind of reminded me of Escape from New York, Escape from LA. And I was in there filming, and so I don't think it was wigging out. I think it looked great. And I forgot. Normally when I go to Spirit Halloween, I always donate money to the children's hospital that's connected with Spirit Halloween. And I got in the car, and because I bought like this and a bunch of stuff for Halloween to prepare and all that, because I think I'm going to set up all my Halloween decorations, I think, before my trip. If not, then I'll do it right when I get home, because I'm going to get back October 1st from my trip. And I was like, well, I'm going to go there and see what the fuck they have. And so I was like, and they had a bunch of shit. So to answer your question, if it was wigging out, it was wigging out in a good way. But for me, I wasn't wigging out, and it looked fucking great. I was like, they got a bunch of new merch, new costumes, epic props. And that was, you know, a new one. Because as soon as Halloween's over, I'm taking that new mask and putting it right on the shelf. The shelf is like, it's filling up quick, so I may have to go to Walmart and get another black little shelf and put it up against that wall for some more props. So, yeah. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So it was good. I don't think it was. I mean, it was so much bigger than last year. Like last year was like a skinny little store. And I was like, oh, man, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's Spirit Halloween. It's going nuts. It's going all right. This year, the one closest to me was about half an hour to an hour away. It was in not downtown Orlando, but in Orlando. So without traffic, I could have got there in about 38 minutes. But there was traffic the day I went, which was a few days ago. So I got there like an hour and 10 minutes. But that's only because of the traffic. So when I got there wasn't too many people. They had a minimal staff. Everyone was really nice, and you guys will see it in the vlog, you know, whenever I get to it. And it was a good way to start the fall season off right. And I was like, man, this thing's going good. So it was fine with me. So yeah. All right, let's continue on. I don't want the foil ball. There you go, Tina. Let's see. Well, hopefully I could make both Chicken Wizards, because I want to go to dinner with you after Toy Man, and then the other day we're gonna hang out, you know, all day. So if I don't go to the concert with you, because now that my brother's kind of sick, I want to make sure he's okay, and I want to spend a lot of time with my mom and Shelton and everybody. Because I told my mom, I said, Mom, most of the time I'm going to be with you guys, but I promised my mom, I said, I'm going to make time for everybody. I said, give me at least a day or two with my friend Chicken Wizard. I said, give me at least a day or two with Eric. I said, I got to get White Castle out of my system. I got to get some emos. I got to hit up Vintage Stock at least a day. And I said, I've got to hit up Slackers, because that's my other favorite store. I said, then I'm free, Mom. So I should be able to do all that shit that I want to do in like 2 or 3 days. And then I said, the rest of the trip, I said, Mom, we can do whatever you want. We can go buck wild. And she's like, you want to go visit your dad, right? I was like, yeah, of course. I said, I want to go visit Dad at least once or twice. I said, same thing with Grandma and Grandpa. I said, we always do. And she was like, oh, she was, I assumed you wanted to do that. I said, yeah. I said, I want to go visit Dad. And I said, of course, Grandma and Grandpa fears, of course. So, yeah. And she's like, well, she goes, I assumed you wanted to. She goes, I was just asking. I said, no, I said, it's cool that you asked, Mom. But I said, of course. I said, anytime I can go hang out with Dad, absolutely. I said, that's top on the totem pole. So, yeah. We'll figure it out, Chicken Wizard. Oh, yeah. So, hopefully I answered your question, Visions. Trust me, if you would have been here and you would have came and hung out with me at the Spirit Halloween, I don't know if you and Mrs. Visions have ever went to a Spirit Halloween. They're usually fun. If I had to get the hell out of there because I spent at least $100 in there with the magnets and the stickers and the fucking prop. I was like, if I don't get the fuck out of here right now, I would have blown like a whole paycheck. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking not doing that. No way. But I am getting those Jurassic Park goggles. They are going under the Halloween tree, either for a birthday gift or for a Christmas gift from me to me. And I'll be wearing those fucking goggles in some lives and some vlogs. And you know how Fierce does it. I go fucking nuts for my birthday and Christmas. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. You have to. It's my 2 favorite holidays. Go big or go home. All right. I need to get a nap in. It's 1:47. I went longer than I thought. 2 hours and 26 minutes. Damn. Or as Pixel would say, God damn. There it is. But yeah, we'll figure it out, Chicken Wizard. We'll figure it out. Because we always hang out at Toy Man, but I want to hang out with you another day, buddy. At least 2 days, you know. That's good. That's good. We'll have time to eat and stuff after the Toy Man. Yeah. I just want to go somewhere different, man, because the last time we hung out, we went to White Castle like twice in a row each year. We got to go somewhere else. I don't care where we go, just not White Castle, you know. I'll do White Castle on my own on another day because they only have one White Castle down here, and it's always fucking busy as hell because they only have one White Castle, and it's down in Orlando. And until LC showed me that, I looked at LC, he blew my mind. I was like, I didn't fucking know they had White Castle. He's like, well, Fears, it's not like Missouri. I said, yeah, in Missouri, they got fucking White Castles everywhere. On like every street corner, they got a fucking White Castle and an Emo's Pizza. And he's like, yeah, they only have one down in Orlando. I was like, well, let's do it for a fucking vlog. And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, we'll do it, Fears. And I was like, oh, yeah. So it was worth it to go down to downtown Orlando and do that. I was like, oh, they only got fucking one in Orlando? I'm like, what the hell? But it was good. And it was massive, too. It was huge. And I was like, you guys saw the vlog. And I was like, damn, this thing's going nuts. So, yeah. Anyway. But, yeah, two hangouts, Chicken Wizard. We got to go to Vintage Stock. We got to play some video games. And then, obviously, we're going to hit up Toy Man. Because Chris, my friend Chris that owns the Toy Man, he's just like Jeff. Chris and Jeff are a lot alike. They fucking love being a nerd. They love doing a con. The only difference is Chris only has one con to deal with. But he does like 2 shows a month or once a month. Because his dad created Toy Man. And then when his dad died, before he died, he said, hey, Chris, do the family proud. He goes, you take over Toy Man. And then when you die, give it to one of your sons. And Chris has got 2 sons. I think I've met his wife. I've met Chris. I'm good friends with him. Chris is the fucking man. I mean, he puts on a hell of a Toy Man. Chris is the fucking shit. He's older than me. I think he's 48, 49. But man, Chris, shout out to Chris. You are the fucking man, dude. And then Jeff's the fucking man. Jeff, like Chris's family, all of Chris's family helps him put on Toy Man. Jeff has got a son, a daughter, and his wife, and they all help him put on, Jeff shows. The only difference is Jeff does like 20 shows a year, and Chris just worries about, one con a year, but he does the same con just, once every other month or sometimes it's twice a month, shit like that. But they're very similar. And just like Jeff's shows, Jeff has great food at his shows. And so, because once in a blue night I've eaten there. Chris has great food. The last time I was in town, I got, they were making homemade hamburgers and homemade bratwursts at the Toy Man. Chicken Wizard, I know you've eaten there. He puts on a hell of a show. It's fucking great. So, yeah. We'll hang out. One day we'll do Vintage Stock and we'll do the video games. And then the other day we'll do the Toy Man. Because Eric, he likes to go to Toy Man, but Eric only stays for like an hour or two. because Eric's like, Fears, I know you're going to want to stay longer and film all day. And I was like, oh, yeah. Eric's very shy. He just gets in, gets out, gets his stuff, and says, hey, Fears, I'll hang out with you another day. You go have fun with me. And Chicken Wizard stay for the whole thing. I even do the early show, man. You know? So, hell yeah. All right. I'm taking off. But that was a nice long show. Hope that all you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully there's no more drama, Joe bullshit. So, Joe, fuck off. You're not welcome in our community. I'm the motherfucking host with the most. Lantern, I'm second in command. Lantern is the leader of our community. I'm second in command. So, Joe, you don't want to fuck with our community because our community will crush your little pissant community into fucking ashes. So, Joe, fuck off, you motherfucker, because I'm not afraid of you. So there it is. I loved it. Oh, Fears, you're going to cry. You're a coward. No. I'll make you cry, Joe, once I throw you through a fucking window, you know. I thought he was great. I was laughing the whole time. And I was just like, really? I'm like, that's all you got, Joe? I'm like, I even said it to his face. I'm like, you don't want to be a bad guy, do you? I'm like, don't be a bad guy. I'm like, because if you are a bad guy, Fears will kick ass and take names. You guys know I will. I don't let anyone bully me. I sure as hell I'm not going to let that pissant Joe make fun of Tokes and make fun of you Visions and make fun of me and all my friends. So Joe can get fucked, you know? Because I'm loyal to my friends. Fuck him, you know? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. They had chili cheese nachos last time. Oh, yeah, those are good. I've had a little bit of those, but I love their bratwurst. They're homemade bratwurst and homemade hamburgers. I shouldn't have had one of each because I'm trying to lose weight, but I was like, I'm on vacation. I said, I'll treat myself. I had a hamburger and I had a bratwurst, and damn, those were good. Homemade bratwursts are fucking great, and homemade hamburgers. I was like, mwah, those things are fucking great, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Anyway, I'm taking off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Chicken Wizard on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe to Mr. Lantern. He does a show every Thursday night and every Friday night. Subscribe to my buddy, my pal, Exhume Visions at exhumevisions.com. Buy some cool shit, because my buddy does, in fact, make some cool shit. You can buy some cool shit. Go to his website and buy some cool shit. New King Cobra sticker. Hell yeah. Subscribe to the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. Follow... Who have I not gave a plug to in a while? You know what? I'll be nice. Follow Richie Wright on YouTube. Follow Mr. Lantern. Oh, wait, I already did Lantern, but follow him. Follow Fangirl Kate on YouTube. Follow, let's see here, Cameo Man 2021 and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. What's up, Alex? You got here a little late. I'm about to turn off the vlog and have a little nap before work, but thanks for stopping by. And last, but certainly not least, follow Fears, Lord Fears, Lord of the Movie Masters. I'm the movie master. Jason, you're nothing but a fucking disaster. There it is. See how that rhymed? I joke. Don't have a cardiac arrest, Jason. It was just a little joke. Don't be a little baby bitch. Take the joke. It'll be all right. You'll be okay. And follow Fears. FearsMan26 is the main channel. And follow my second channel at Fears Vlogs. Fears loves you guys. I do. You guys are the best fans alive. Fears cares about you guys. Stay safe. Have fun. All right, this is Fears. Signing off. Peace. Deuces. I'll see you guys later. Chunk!